Hey, everybody.
Why are there only 3 of us?
Because it hasn't updated yet, Allie.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Welcome,
My bad.
welcome back to Wheel Takes as Allie checks out the preview window on the other monitor. We're very excited to have you all with us today as we discuss the final week of prelims of the GRINWELL CUP.
Yep.
A fantastic Twitter championship poll extravaganza. We are very excited to introduce our guests for this week. These guys have had us on their podcast so many times in so many different ways. Most recently, their Royal Rumble a few weeks ago.
We honestly can't believe they like us, but thank you.
We're very excited to introduce tWoTcast and the tWoTcast. Guys, would you care to say hello to everybody? Introduce yourselves for those who don't know you.
I'm Tom from tWoTcast. That's my introduction, I guess.
Good intro.
Yeah, sounds
Short,
good.
sweet, and to the point.
That is a good intro. Yeah.
I'm Jono from tWoTcast, and Joe is here too, and he has leaky bowels today.
Not today, not currently.
Yeah.
Just usually.
Yeah.
Well, not usually either. Well,
it has been known to happen one way or the other. It's important to know.
Oregon Trail was a very informative thing for him.
Listen, one or both of us has the same problem. You're not alone.
At least
here.
one.
You're in a friendly, safe space.
Did you guys ever finish Oregon Trail? I never actually beat it. I always died of dysentery.
I feel like I died every time.
I never felt like I got enough time on the computer when I was in school.
That's true.
That was true. I felt like that was
Kick you off after like half an hour.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
You'd finally get somewhere in the game, and then you'd be like, "The class is over," and you'd be like, "Well, it's not going to be here tomorrow."
You can't save it. It's a DOS game. The hunting was the best part, I think.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go to math while the settlers die.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's true to history, true to history. We're really thrilled to have you guys here talking about the GRINWELL Cup.
Oh, I'm joking. Podcast, I guess. I should have said that.
There you. Oh yeah, we should too. Yeah. Hi Joe. Welcome.
We're a Wheel of Time reread podcast. We've been doing it for a long time, and like, I don't know, that's enough.
Also, why wouldn't we like you guys? You're adorable.
Well, shucks.
You're adorable.
That's really sweet. We like you too.
Just filled my heart with joy. Oh my god.
Jono, how does that shirt still fit your body?
Oh, I don't change shape too much.
I see.
Really
okay, well,
just in terms of how many times you've washed it.
I mean, the best answer.
Should be down to dust
I'm
by now.
actually a sponsor for a tie.
Jono, the fact that you don't.
Good job.
Jono, the fact that your body doesn't change that much is a very hard flex during quarantine. That's all I'm
It is
gonna
pretty
say.
hard.
That's a hard flex.
Well,
I spent a fair amount of time actually not playing soccer too for the first half of it, which is really the only thing I do athletically. And I had to rediscover what running was, and that fucking sucked.
Yeah, we've been going through that too, and our bodies are like, no.
we don't do that anymore. We don't like to move that way.
Yeah.
We like to move in sedentary ways.
The last thing I did before lockdown was run the LA Marathon, and then I tried to run a mile like 2 days ago, and my body shut down. I don't know what's going on.
That should not have been that rapid of a decline.
I agree, but my body does not agree.
Didn't your knees like fall off during the race?
That did happen.
If you're in the audience, if you're watching with us,
Hope you picked those up.
Thanks for being here. We're excited to have you. If you got a Twitter, go ahead and retweet the announcement that we're here, that we're live. I put it out an hour and a half ago. I don't know. Let people know that you're watching, having fun, talking about the GRINWELL Cup. Allie, what is the GRINWELL Cup?
The GRINWELL Cup is the greatest thing I've ever come up with, which is a March Madness bracket in which we decide who the most fuckable person in the Wheel of Time is.
Well, more than that, because that's one definition.
Oh, well, that's true. It's my definition.
That's your definition. That's your definition. That's fine.
It is the hottest person in the Wheel of Time, which theoretically could be anything. It could be the most fuckable person, if you're correct. Or it could be hottest, like, in terms of temperature, or in terms of, like, you're like, wow, they're really accomplished. They're just on fire. Or whatever you're
or talk to you.
I want to set them on
really
fire.
Good at NBA Jam.
That's hot.
Or I want to set them on fire the most.
That has come up in a lot
allowed.
of our polls, actually. People saying, I would prefer this person to burn.
Because hotness is subjective. So
too, yeah.
we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about the results of the polls this week.
The last set of prelims.
And also talk about some predictions for how we think people will fare going forward.
Which is nice, because actually we get to talk about all the polls that are done. We get to look ahead at the entire set of I call them non-finals because I'm a nerd and there's 9 of them, and I can't call them quarterfinals.
Yeah, you're a nerd.
But
But
you get where I'm coming from.
we're
Or maybe you don't. Whatever. Shall we get underway?
I don't study my math.
I think we set it up. I
think we set it
I
up.
think by now everyone should know
I
what
think
we're on about.
people have a general idea of what's going on. All right, let's go chronologically through the action. We started off this week. Is there 3 people going up against one another? The winner moves on. The person who comes in second place, they drop down into a loser's bracket, so they eventually have a chance to come back.
Third place.
Yeah, third place is you're
kill.
just fucking done.
Third place,
You're gone.
get out
You're
of here.
dead.
We don't care.
Yeah. So we started things off last week with actually 4 people in this poll because one of the entrants we could not. 2 of the entrants had to go together, and those 2 were Bain and Chiad because we figure as in life they're a duo, they're a pair. They have to be incorporated.
Yeah.
Will Alcine and Aram the Tinker with a Sword.
Wow, that's a fucking tough.
I mean, that's a huge bracket right there. Yeah.
What did you call this one, Allie?
I believe I called this the Battle of Two Rivers bracket.
Yeah. Someone on our Discord called it people who have definitely had sex and also Aram.
I mean, he's kind of hoey
That's
also.
perfect.
Not to I'm not show shaming, but he's a little hoey
Point of
also.
pride.
It's implied heavily.
So
He and
we're
Wayne
Fine very
dance.
early on, but then it's like he does a 180.
Yeah.
He's very pious.
pretty
Oh,
quickly.
really?
Well, he already has.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
I mean, just in general. I mean, just the way he feels, like
Yeah.
the character feels, not necessarily in reality.
Yeah, I just realized I'm not sure what I can say.
I mean,
Yeah, let's talk about spoiler level.
Oh,
real quick.
yeah,
Let's get that
yeah,
out of the way. Allie's read through what?
I'm the buzzkill. So I've read through chapter
16, I think.
16 of book 5.
Yeah.
So Egwene just was weird in the dream world to 90. If we're gonna have a long chat about that shit. Yeah, I was
good
talking to
one.
Gus and I was like, oh, we're gonna have words about how this went down. And then we've got what else is going on?
Rand is following Couladin across
Rand is
the Jenga
Couladin's
Pass.
being the worst,
We haven't
slapping
seen
his
Perrin.
own ass all over the place. And
We haven't seen Perrin since the end of the Battle of Two Rivers.
right.
I ain't getting much.
Yeah, he's just
And
with his wife.
oh, Gareth Bryn is chasing Swan around, and I think it's charged.
Mm-hmm.
Like sexually.
She
Oh,
she
yeah.
she sees a lot of sexual tension in this series.
If they don't do it by the end of the series, I don't know where my judgment is. There are alarm bells about that. Those 2, that's gonna happen. Don't gaslight me right now.
I can't remember exactly when it happens, and I guess I don't want to spoil anything. But Allie, have you gotten to the point where Jordan kind of answers the question of in the way of the leaf, can you eat out someone?
No?
Okay, all right. So I guess that's in book 6.
What?
That's gonna change. That's gonna change when I think of when.
You're not supposed to be spoiling things.
I am dying to find out what the fucking context of
You're way
that
better at
is.
this than I am, John.
What does Aram do?
It's
Well,
now you-
What?
Wait, no, because he's
Why
not
are you
following
assuming
that-
it's him? That's
Wait,
ridiculous.
He's not following that. So what do his grandparents up to?
That's a great question. They did
Should
cast them right
Aram's
off the bat.
grandparents be on this poll?
Well, I mean, they've been on the pole before, obviously.
Well, in the Two Rivers, marriageable women dance the pole.
It's probably
Yeah,
our favorite
that's
line from
true.
book 1.
I grew up in the Two Rivers. It's what my parents called themselves. Wow. I
So-
really like that.
Of this set of 3,
Jesus Christ.
3 that is really 4. Who are we thinking? Who do we see winning from where Allie's at? Got Bain and Chiad. We got
Well, obviously, we'll take that aside.
take that
obviously.
apart. Bain and Chiad.
I mean, we get 2 rat tail chicks.
It's important to
and then-
remember.
No, they both have that?
They're
Yeah,
maidens,
all
right? They
maidens
both do.
of fear have rat tails. Yeah.
Except
That's-
Avienda's hair grows out freakishly fast.
That's a bad look.
Ah.
I'll be
Yeah, it
honest.
is a
Whoa,
bit of a turnoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a rough look.
Unless you got that kind of
Maybe they like it rough.
pubis rat tail. That's a fine look.
Mhm.
Like the reverse landing strip? Like what?
Yeah,
What is that?
guess it'd just be really long ass hair technically, but you know, that's fine.
That just is a tail. You're just describing a literal tail.
Yeah, I think that's just
It's actually a tail.
Just a horse person.
Yeah, you're just a horse.
Oh man, I'm glad you got Jono on the show for this one.
Me too.
Oh, Will Alcine is supposed to be really attractive.
He's
That's
just
the
the
thing.
right? Like he's like the best looking in the entire universe.
Apparently.
That actor and his personality, such a smug little dick.
He is such
At least
a
Perrin
smug
thinks so.
little dick.
The man takes one look at Fael and Perrin starts sharpening his axe.
Yeah, Perrin's like, I'm gonna kill this guy tomorrow.
That is true.
And he holds it against him for the rest of the series so far.
Yeah. Well, it's not even about
So for the rest of the entire series,
for the
we're on that.
whole next
From
10
what I could
chapters.
tell. I hope it's a running bit, like every time we see Will Alcine, we hear about how much he sucks.
I mean, I would pick rat tails aside, Bain and Chiad, just because what I just said about Will Alcine is a smug little dick.
Yeah.
And Aram's got a lot of deep-seated mental issues that I just don't want to go near.
I think
Not
that's fair.
attractive. I almost feel like I'm taking advantage of a mentally handicapped person.
Oh God.
He's working through a lot of trauma. He's not
It
really in
really
a
is.
he's not really in a good place to
No.
enter into
It's not making good
a
decisions.
relationship.
I mean, it's really hard. Even if Bain and Chiad aren't really that hot, it's like you get 2 for 1.
That's true.
That's true.
It's just
That would eventually
worth
get
your money.
exhausting.
That's true.
Could be.
true. Sure.
Yeah.
I feel
by
like
Saturday night, I'm like, oh my god.
I'm kind of
Oh
with
my god.
I'm kind of like, yeah, like Aram would need you to like hold him while he cries afterwards, which like, you know,
Yeah.
you
Which
don't
is fine
really
if you
hide.
need that, but when we have we
Yeah.
have Bain and Chiad in the mix, it's hard to.
Quick defense there by Gus about that.
Yeah. Actually, it changed my mind. It wouldn't get exhausting because if you need a break, they can just take care of themselves.
That's true.
Thank God for that. Yeah.
Just
No one
watch-
knows a woman like another woman.
Just watch a movie.
I like where Tom's head's at.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Bain and
So-
Chiad.
So
Yeah,
consensus
why not?
seems to be pretty strongly Bain and Chiad on this guy.
Mhm.
Well, Jono, what do you think?
I go Bain and Chiad and Will Alcine, and I say, Aram, best of luck to you. Wear your yellow coat, which also has some sexual significance later, and kind of go on.
You should
Donna's
come
gonna
on
do
every
this to you
podcast we ever
all
do
night.
forever. This is amazing.
What goes down with the tinker?
The people agreed with you. Bain and Chiad, they ran away with this.
Your answer's in the
Oh, they
question.
did?
Yeah, they ran away
What
with
goes
it.
on with the Tinkers, the yellow coat? Think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving.
83% of the vote went to Bain and Chiad. It was a
Oh
blowout.
wow.
It was a bloodbath. There was no competition.
That's different.
If you
That's
put,
shocking because those are some handsome men.
I know, but Will Alcine got 12%.
We
Aram
were
came
surprised
ahead
too.
with 5. So Aram's gone. Will Alcine's going to drop into the knockout round, the losers bracket.
And Perrin is pissed.
Yeah. Perrin is like, if I had to pick between Will Alcine and Aram, I'd rather have Aram.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it!
Bain and Chiad moving on though.
He looked at my woman one
Firmly
time.
moving on, which kind of is how I saw
I
things
wish we
coming.
knew what the gender breakdown was for this, because like one of the things that's obviously very important for Wheel of Time is how many female fans really kind of picked up for it, because like, especially for a kind of 90s epic kind of thing, very female empowering. But at the same time, I feel like dudes probably went nuts on that and said 2 chicks, all right. It's
Yeah.
kind of like butthead getting off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We say there's no
I thought
wrong.
you were talking about the rest of the bracket, not who voted. I was very confused the whole
I
time.
mean, didn't we all just say 2 chicks, all right? But
We
with a little
did.
more class.
Yeah, we did.
That's true. I think all 5 of us said that.
We pretty much channeled what's it called? Office Space.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 chicks at the same time,
I
man.
haven't seen that in a
we-
while.
I suppose, but I was, comparing that to the. I mean, if those 2 dudes were in one package together, I probably would have checked them.
So
can't-
really, it's
yeah.
just an
They're
unfair.
incredibly hot.
They
We
are
dressed it up,
good looking
but
dudes.
everyone's just interested in a threesome.
So really, we put the 2 other dudes at a significant disadvantage, is what I
Yeah,
hear.
basically.
Now that
yeah.
we're talking about it, I feel like they're going to cruise to the finals.
So I
Here's
don't
what I'll
know.
say though.
Agenor and Balthamel,
They
we had
were-
them
they
as
were a
the
duo,
duo,
and no one wanted to have
and
a
no one
threesome
wanted
with-
to fuck with that.
Gimp suit and rotting man.
Yeah.
There's no interest.
So
That is
think
hot
they
in a
got
very
into-
different way.
I think
yeah.
they made it into losers bracket though. Hold on, let me.
Oh, so the
Well, hold on,
threesome
let's-
aspect.
let's-
Yeah,
let's-
we'll get there.
Oh no, they were
They're-
last week.
they were
They
last
were
week.
last week. We talked about them a while ago. But next up, this is what did you call this one, Allie?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
So Ellie had a name for this, but we don't know what it was. This is
There were reasoning.
this is the competition between Lyanna, Sharif, Talonvor, and Moghedien, the spider. So for a reminder of where Ellie's at, Lyanna has been stilled. She's with Swan.
She's discovering
She's
her
flirting with
flirtation,
Logain.
and I love that.
Allie is convinced that Lyanna and Logain are going to fall passionately in love. Talonvor,
I'm watching literally all of your faces. Like,
Talonvor is that guard who has shown up 3 or 4 times in
I think
Camelin,
he's in love with Morgan.
and he seems like he does the sexy voice whenever he talks to Morgan.
Yeah, he got raspy. Like, what else is that supposed to mean?
and
he got
then Moghedien.
He got raspy. Did Jordan write that?
He
Yeah,
did.
he got
Actually, he did.
raspy.
Yeah.
And I went,
Just
all
goes
right,
like,
so
his
what
voice
happened?
got really low and gravelly.
So I go, okay, so what happened is he walks in and he's got like a normal voice, just like me. And then he was like,
"Oh, hey,
my queen. And I was like he goes full Jorah Mormont. Like,
He's like Star-Lord mimicking Thor.
exactly.
I'm not talking weird.
I'm not talking weird. Yeah,
Just a
exactly.
very
You in bed.
This is how I always. This is my
Jorah.
normal voice.
Yeah, just kind of like pull out. Just give us some examples of the voices you use. Like
on the show.
You
No,
copied
no,
me.
later after the show.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah.
We'll leave them.
Yeah.
But
Get raspy for me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, get raspy right now.
trying to think if I've done raspy voices on the podcast. I do a lot of weird.
Give us
prospect
your
real-
Jorah Mormont
My
Khaleesi.
Jorah-
Yeah,
oh,
you got one.
Well, Jorah Mormont Khaleesi, you just have to pretend that you're under a lot of stress and trying not to swallow because you're worried that your Adam's apple will poke out. So you go like,
So,
Khaleesi,
That's all right.
Khaleesi, and you have to push everything through your diaphragm and up and out. Hello, I'm very masculine.
yeah.
Get really up close.
And that's
I can
what he
make people
did.
uncomfortable.
You walk. Would
And
you
the
say?
beard's the right color too. All right.
So
Yeah,
I mean-
raspy,
Thank you,
and I
thank
got
you.
it.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, he got
Very
raspy.
nice.
So that's my
but-
feeling.
I'm voting for Talonvor. then,
Talonvor.
After
Give
all
Talonvor
this.
the well. He apparently has the passion behind it, right?
I don't really consider any of these 3 super hot. So I needed
What?
something I need something. You heard what I said.
Oh my god, Moghedien? Maybe I just have a thing for goth girls because I went through like the
that's what
Evanescence
it is.
phase.
I
But
have
like,
to-
Name for
I
her
don't
on our
know.
podcast, and we call her Old Mog.
Yeah.
So that's like the most
And-
unattractive.
Oh,
name
yeah.
around.
She definitely has the worst name.
She's right off the list for me.
If you-
I'm
if you
only
pull-
talking
if you
about the
pull-
other 2 right now.
Yeah, if you have the nickname the Spider, I don't instantly think sex.
What?
Yeah, no.
Like Black Widow?
I don't know. She seems like she might be
Or
It's
a
into.
different.
cobwebbed
It's different.
vagina.
Or a cobweb vagina. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking.
Which one of those?
Well, I was gonna say spiders tend to bind things up, so she might be into
Oh, a
Ropes.
little of that.
She's a rigger,
Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
rigger.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the phrase.
as the
Or,
phrase goes.
shoot silk all over her, which we all know what that means.
There you go.
What does that mean?
Tom?
Please.
Oh, thanks. Sam.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Thanks, Sam.
Oh, you thought I wouldn't do that, huh?
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
What about Lyanna? I mean, Lyanna's the Domani. She walks into Lugard and almost causes 15 riots in a fight, and then calms everyone down by going,
That makes me feel bad for the town of Lugard.
That's fair.
Lugard's
I
kind
think-
of a weird place.
Yeah. But, that being said, she's very willowy, very a sexually freed woman after 20 years of not being sexually freed. So that only takes like a week, by the way, just a little bit of paint. And,
A little bit of paint.
yeah, which, again, very female forward for the 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I would
she doesn't do a lot for me. I'm not attracted to a lot of women in the WNBA either. So that could just be like I don't.
willowy
I just think
tall.
She just seems very tall.
Yeah.
Not my type.
What was it? What was Min's?
You
Min's,
look like
uh,
one of those. Are you trying to sell me a car right now?
What was Min's flex on Lyanna? in the
Oh,
last
Min's
chapter?
flex on Lyanna where she was like, my boobs are bigger. And
Yeah.
Well, of course, man.
I was like, it's a very, like, yeah, you're,
You don't need to have big boobs to be hot.
Well, I agree.
I know. I was like, please.
So we're saying Talonvor. Tom's saying Talonvor.
I got
Talonvor?
Talonvor and Lyanna. Yeah,
Talonvor, Lyanna. What about you, Joe? What are you thinking?
Wait, Jono, you keep picking 2 people. Are we picking 2 people?
Well,
You get what?
Here's what I'll say. You can say
Should
who
we be picking the loser then?
you can. We can pick. Here's what we can do. Let's say this person I think should win, but I like
Right,
this
right.
person.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
then fuck this guy, or don't fuck this
And
guy.
then fuck this person. Okay.
Or don't.
All right.
That's the
So
case,
I
man.
think
Really don't.
Lyanna should win. Talonvor, you're okay. And Olmog.
Olmog's kick to the curb.
I think
Yeah.
Olmog's done. Yeah. By the way, I don't want to get into it, but pretty much like close your ears, Allie, or just take your ears off. Technically, yeah. Like pretty much the idea for her is like a 40-year-old stock trader. Like
True.
that's really what, like
Yeah.
like no offense,
Okay.
that doesn't really turn
never-
anyone on.
I never pictured her as the goth that you guys were describing her as, but maybe
Yeah,
I'm
no, agreed.
I think it's
Okay.
fan
I think
art.
that comes from fan art. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the who is it? John Seamus Gallagher's fan art has her as this very
Yeah, and they
Uh,
always a lot of fan art has the actual webbing like on her outfits and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, because I'd be
Like,
super into the
Make that
goth
happen.
thing. I just never pictured her that way.
I don't
Oh.
picture her that way either. I think that's fan art. So.
I picture her as a
I
hot
think
goth chick.
Yeah, I don't.
That's my opinion.
Give me a lot of conflicting emotions right now.
I don't
but
know. I don't
I'm
remember
sticking with my choice.
really. I don't really
Talonvor
remember what
goes
her
through-
description is like.
I can't change my mental picture of her. I've had it for 25 years.
I believe she has like a black short
she's
hair.
got a bob.
Black
she's got a
bob.
bob, and she's kind of
That's
short.
working for me too.
That works for me. That's what
All
I'm
this
saying.
Nope,
Uh,
not changing it. Talonvor. I'm done.
Talonvor. Well, I hate to disappoint you. Talonvor's done. Talonvor's
Done.
Oh,
out.
you cunts.
Talonvor is he's out for the
'Cause-
count.
That's unfortunate.
Long live the goth chicks.
Olmog drops into knockout round, and Lyanna, she again, there were a few runaways in this set, and this was a runaway. She took 80% of the vote.
Seems like such
Yeah,
an easy choice.
that seems like an obvious one.
Get
Yeah.
more creative, voters.
How hot is she
Also,
though? Is she
again-
hot or does she just know how to use her feminine ways?
Well, that's
Again,
hot.
it's cute.
That
It's
is
really
hot.
That is true. That's just a different way of being hot.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
Is it the
should have
physical
Paris Hilton on
attractiveness or is
this
she
show.
manipulating you?
That is hot. Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
agree.
we love a woman who can just put it all out there.
unrepentant.
I insist
Fair,
that no one
fair.
votes again in the future on your polls until they spend at least 30 minutes thinking about it.
I think that's
Yeah,
appropriate.
these
At
instant
a
responses.
minimum.
This is a very cognitive exercise.
Yeah.
Who
They
is
need
the
to
hottest?
really put their minds to the test here.
Yeah.
We don't want a gut
There's
instinct.
a lot of thought here. This is definitely not something where you lead with your emotions.
We got to
at all.
factor in personality. We got to factor in
Actually,
fuckability.
Yeah.
Have us
there's a
on
lot
next
there.
year, but give us the poll before you release them, and then we'll talk about it. We'll sway everyone's choices.
Before I release Tom.
Say again?
Just create a bunch of sock puppet accounts.
Oh, it was a very dumb joke. I will give Tom the poll before I release.
Oh, good.
Oh, I see it.
Mm.
Good job repeating that one.
Shall we continue on?
It was worth repeating.
We have Birgitte, Silverbow, Sevanna, and Amithira the Panarch. So Birgitte, for Ali's sake, hero of legend, lives in Toliran Riyadh, is helping Nynaeve with some stuff. Sevanna has her boobs out all the time, and
Which is hot.
and the Sevanna and Amithira got rescued by Elaine, possibly got spanked by Elaine,
Definitely got
probably
spanked by
got
Elaine.
spanked by Elaine, and is now.
Which might influence people's decision.
But
Yeah,
Joylyn
there's a lot of-
Sandar
A lot of
likes
weird
how
hot
she
stuff
looks
happening there.
in a maid costume. That's
A
where we're
lot
at.
of weird spanking in these books,
There's-
I gotta say.
Really?
Yeah.
In the Wheel of Time? No.
Weird hot take, but there's a lot of spanking.
I don't think so. I mean, the perfect
Never
amount.
gonna come up again.
Occasionally, it makes
I mean,
me go.
the sheer amount of pages. I mean, there's a perfect amount of spanking.
It's appropriate. Yeah, sure.
It's,
If you broke it down, it would only be 4 or 5 times per
I know.
not
yeah.
not
Yeah.
yeah, it's really not.
Honestly,
a big
maybe
deal.
not
a grown man in his 50s right about spanking is 4 or 5 times the book when it's never relevant to the actual prose.
totally
Totally.
normal. Totally normal. Definitely nothing to read
It's
into.
perfect.
So
You
who
know
are we
what?
thinking?
As somebody whose sexual awakening was Legolas from Lord of the Rings, archery's hot. Full stop.
That's true.
Now, it sounded like you said
Hmm.
Legolas. Tell us
Legolas.
more about that fetish. No, Legolas. Got
Legolas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean,
So no.
honestly,
Legos.
it's just I'm here for elves, and that's
Does it work
I don't feel
both
like I have to
ways for
justify
women,
that.
though? I mean,
But
with the
should these
string hitting your
figures-
boobs all the time.
Oh no, it absolutely
That's happened
works
to
both
you,
ways.
hasn't it? It's very painful when the string slaps into your arm and your chest.
Well, I feel like all men have arms too, so they might know what that's like. But you know,
you fired a bow. You've had this literal problem before.
oh no, yeah, I definitely
You've had this
keep
exact
hitting me in the
problem.
boob.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So
to
is
be-
that sexy, or is it like, oh, that looks no, it's not.
Well,
It's low bondage
you know?
like at this point. You're still hitting yourself, that kind of thing.
well, I would say talent is sexy. The ability to
that's true.
kill things is kind of sexy in some contexts, and but like in a skillful way.
Interesting.
Gus, meanwhile, is over there with a hard on. He's like, yes, it is. I've killed many of them.
Gus, you can kill a lot of homeless people in Los Angeles and get away with it.
Not.
Skillfully kill them.
There's a difference
It's
between
gotta be.
can
It's gotta be
and
skillful.
will.
Yeah, not just like whack, whack. Like you need to like take your time with it, obviously.
And I said what I
We're
said.
horrible people. I'm not
And-
even saying it. I'm laughing and I feel horrible.
We're all just the worst people.
Well,
possible.
Birgitte-
That empty room with murder in the background.
Brigitte, we know, falls in love with Geidel Kane in all of her lives, which means that she has very specific taste.
Very specific.
She
We'll
can
get on
see,
that later.
She can see the good in anybody as long as they're Geidel Kane. So there's
Yeah.
that. So
She's
if
a
you're Geidel
ghost.
Kane, you're set.
She's
I
a ghost.
I view her the
Which is
exact same
sexy
way Matt
sometimes.
does. It's like a buddy.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
And that, like when they
But
read
we can't
stories.
go into that. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So like the idea that a bow and arrow, like you're gonna get calluses, right, on these two fingers.
Mhm.
Like these are probably, you know, if you're right-handed, not the right fingers you would want to be calloused. Like I used
That's
to
true.
play guitar. So
Or
thankfully,
it's like ribbed.
I don't know.
For
If,
my
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, for his
I
pleasure.
don't think that they're ribbed.
For
Well, but it
everyone's
would-
pleasure. I don't know. For everyone.
Damn, they're definitely just dead feeling, by the way, if you've got callous fingers. Like you don't really feel what's happening there. It's probably not the best look.
Were you talking about guitar a second ago?
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I used to play guitar, those were not the fingers I would choose because you kind of anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So
Uh,
you would choose.
Seems fair. Makes
I
sense.
don't remember Amithira. What does she look like?
She's gonna be very attractive, kind of a pouty mouth.
Pouty mouth. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
and I feel like anyone who is into that weird kind of like
all right.
royalty, but at
Oh,
the
we had a
same
beer.
time, you could be in charge of her because she definitely gets dominated. That's probably kind of like the person that you would go for if that were your fetish.
I mean, they sold me on it when they were talking about her being in a maid's costume getting spanked.
Joyland was into that.
Joyland Sandar goes.
Yeah.
He waxes poetic.
Yeah, he
about,
goes off about it
and
for a
off.
minute, and then everyone's mad at him for it. And I was like,
Yeah.
listen, he can have the kinks he wants to have. Everyone leave
She's
him
a-
alone.
She's a non-starter for me, and I feel like
How
Sevanna
you doing with that
has
bottle, Ellie?
all the STDs,
Struggling.
Okay.
She might.
all of them.
She was married to the clan chief before Couladin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
I just feel like she has a lot of diseases, and they don't have a lot of antibiotics.
That's
I think
possible.
that's the
I
right
don't.
call.
I don't know if she's diseased. I just don't like. I mean,
And
she
sorry.
does have large breasts, and she does wear low-cut shirts a lot.
I just
It
feel like
just
you
reminds
would.
me of like. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You would never have any say in the relationship. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it
if
just
that's-
doesn't seem
if
like
that's what
she'd
you
actually,
want-
yeah, like it just seems like it doesn't really go anywhere. She's all like surface.
Yeah. She would just
Got very nice surface.
keep you
A very
keep
nice
you in a
surface,
room.
Sure, yeah.
I
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I would
think I'm.
definitely
I think I'm
not
going
go-
with Amithira, Birgitte, and then Sevanna's off.
Okay, Amithira, Birgitte, Sevanna. Jono, what are you
Yeah.
thinking?
I'm going Birgitte. It's kind of, you know, I'm going Birgitte staying here, and then you know what? Fuck Sevanna. Fuck Sevanna. Yeah. So she's kicked out, and then we'll go with Amithira.
Yeah, I'm I'm doing the exact same 3 in a row because I feel like
Brigitte,
Savannah's
Amithira.
like, yeah, Savannah's like late career Carmel lecturer who slept with everyone there is to sleep with, and I just don't want anything to do with it.
Well, I hate to disappoint you guys, but Savannah's in losers bracket, so she's still around. Amithira apparently just people
She's
don't care.
squeaked by.
And
She's just a
Brigitte,
popularity contest.
Brigitte has a few of our
Brigitte-
favorite things.
Brigitte, Brigitte won this one pretty handily again. It was a big margin.
I think
85.
that's name recognition, like Tom said. It's popularity.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you told me who Amithira was, I was like, oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
pretty-
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that was
her.
But if I just saw that on Twitter, I would have been like, forget. Whatever.
Some name. I put all of her names in too. She has like 4 names. Amithira, Elfdene, Kashmir, and then there's one more name that I couldn't fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Kashmir.
purposely confused everyone, Gus.
You might have confused everyone.
The fuck is that?
Like, he made this up.
This is a group.
That's not a real character. I remember every character in the Wheel of Time. Nobody remembers every character in the Wheel of Time.
Me least of all.
No. What? Who's the main? Who's the wisdom from Emmons Field?
Right now?
Who was the original one?
Oh, knife.
Knife. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's move.
Nice.
Push forward. We have Grendel,
Yes.
Oh, Grendel.
Isendra,
Grendel, we love.
and the strange old man who is in Grendel's room in one scene who Allie thinks is really funny. So let me give you a little background on this. Grendel, we know who Grendel is. We've met her a couple of times. She's
I have a theory as to who that old man is, though.
we'll get there in a second. Grendel, she's the Forsaken. She wears revealing clothing and she brainwashes people to be meat puppets, basically.
Great
Is-
pretend. Yeah.
Isendra had to walk around naked for a long time, and now she's wearing heavy, thick black robes in the desert. And the old man in
Which
Grendel,
is a different kind of hot.
it's a very literal kind of hot.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Took it too far.
when Grendel appears in the prologue of The Fires of Heaven, when she steps through her gateway, there is an old man standing in her room who is apparently has most of his faculties with him still. And we see him for 2 seconds, and then the gateway closes, and Allie thinks that he's absolutely hilarious because why is there an old man there?
Why?
And who do you think this guy is?
Well, okay. I have 2 theories.
Okay.
One,
Just for your benefit.
for
Yes.
Yeah.
everyone's benefit.
I hope one of them makes him hot. How did he get into
It
this
might
contest?
One of them might, yeah.
Well, okay, so at first I thought maybe, because we've heard a lot about Fail's dad, I thought maybe he was Mr. Bezos. I call them the Bezos family because they're
see.
definitely wealthy. I just assume. And then the second guy, I was like, we've heard about him a lot. I think but yeah, because I decided Fail's dad's probably not that old. At least not old enough to be like remarked upon as old. But then I was like, oh no, who's an old guy we've heard about a lot where I'm like, we're definitely going to meet him if he's not dead already. Jane Farstrader.
Interesting.
And that's hot to you.
He's an old man author. Or wait,
really
was the
don't-
book written about him? I don't know.
I really
I
don't
think
like-
Robert Jordan would be like, please think he's hot because he's
Yes,
basically
exactly.
me.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
when you
Wow. I love where your head's at. You now think that the author who wrote this is just an old man who wants to be found attractive. That's very
when you slowly unroll your theory and then finish it super fast and then stare directly at the screen waiting for our reactions, like I don't care for that. I don't have a good poker face.
We know what you're doing.
I
It's a favorite
think
Keep
thing
going
to
like
do.
this.
I think Gus should win some kind of medal or something because I'll sit here and go, man, it's really gonna be a shame when Elaine dies just to see if he agrees with me, and then
And then he'll be like, oh yeah. So oh shit.
yeah,
I
I
almost
keep
made a- I
hoping
almost
that's
made a
gonna
face just
happen. I keep hoping that's gonna happen. So I'm just like the worst person.
We should probably not talk about Elaine or her future around
That's
me then. 'cause
Probably
Yeah, we
fair.
really don't like that
I'm gonna
character.
ruin- I'm gonna
We're just
ruin
gonna
it.
go on a rant.
Just for my pure
Your
hatred.
children
okay.
cut out of her
I'm so
stomach.
interested.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a forced abortion.
Oh my
Just
God.
cut out of her stomach.
So who are we thinking for these 3?
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
pick Grendel by default.
Grendel by default.
And the shocking upset for second place, Weird Old Man.
Weird old man?
Because I only remember Essendra
Really?
bald and covered in like
Come.
rash after she got
Yeah,
whipped
that
with
means her
itchweed
skin
or
is
whatever.
literally on fire. You can't get hotter than your skin being on
Uh-huh.
fire.
Is
That's a
that
that's a
what we
little
want to go with?
that's
here?
that's a couple chapters ahead of where we are, but just a couple chapters.
What?
That's okay.
Damn it.
It's all right. It's not a surprise. She goes through a lot.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
But I can get behind that.
Yeah, take
oh,
your headphones off, Allie.
oh,
I mean, Essendra is incredibly attractive.
she is,
Right?
right? I mean that's
Yeah.
the
She's
whole
cute.
the whole point.
the whole of book
Yeah.
4 is Rand thinking that she's Lanfear.
I do like
me too.
Mystery Strange Old Man. I don't know. God damn it.
The Mystery Strange Old Man is
We
funny.
could probably be voting the
Characters
same
don't
way again.
I secretly want him to win the whole thing.
Wait, what, Donna?
It's hot characters. as much as you may want mystery old man. By the way,
Listen, what makes somebody hot? Grendel's incredibly hot because she wears
Mystery.
revealing clothing and is super hot, right? But she's so hot, and that's all these like really attractive people, her slaves. But then this old dude's just hanging out in her room.
And who among us hasn't?
We don't
and
know, John.
who-
What's in his pants?
But
I
who
bet
among
he's got
us?
a giant cock.
You might.
But who? Yeah, and who among us hasn't looked at a grandpa
why
and
is
gone
he-
like, "Damn"? Just
Why,
me.
why is he why is he lucid? Why is he lucid when nobody else is? Why
Yeah.
does she keep him around?
All I'm saying is, if she's really hot and she has him there, maybe that just means he's actually hotter than her somehow. We just
Well,
don't
I mean-
understand.
It's a law of nature.
Obviously, sexually, he's probably got the most experience besides Grendel, who's of course hundreds of years old, plus a few thousand in stasis. But on the other hand, Ascendre,
All right.
he's shaven head to toe.
So the question is sexual
Probably.
prowess versus physical attractiveness.
Yeah, it's probably unique at the time. Also,
I see.
headphones off real quickly for you, Allie.
Pop him off.
Oh,
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
she-
stop making
we
her
can't
do
that
this.
anymore.
hats off for her, by the way.
I know,
Unless
right?
someone tipped her off. Yeah.
No.
Well, now
But-
she can't even watch her own
Yeah.
show.
All right,
Stop
come back.
doing
Wait,
Come back.
aren't people
Oh,
watching
yeah,
also
yeah.
in danger of being spoiled?
I
Yeah,
think-
good point, by the way. Joe brings up a good point. You can't actually watch your own show. Just like
No, but I mean like people watching us right now.
Possible.
Spoil
Who
anything.
knows?
Based
Okay.
based on the chat, no.
All right.
But we should remain vigilant. Thank you. Let's continue on.
I don't know. Yeah.
that
John,
could've
what was your thought on there?
Referred
Grendel
to
and
any number of
Sindra?
things.
Oh, it's definitely Grendel and Ascendra. I would go with
Oh.
Grendel making it through, just because I mean, look,
I'm calling her Grundle then.
Oh, I call her Grendel too.
Yeah, we always call her Grendel.
Yeah, it's right there.
like if anyone's gonna get you off, you may not enjoy the after effects, but like that's definitely happening. Like she's definitely just like
Fair
she
point.
will do anything, and then take you mentally enslaved. But
I'm gonna upset the order of that and go with Sindra, Grendel, and then Old Man's off.
So Grendel is not quite as stimulating for you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't
agree with
bother-
that.
She's
Yeah,
trying
doesn't
so
do a lot
hard.
for
Her
me either.
see-through clothes and her
Grendel is
attractive
very
slaves.
Yeah. Oh man, look how hot Lanfear is. What can I do? I guess I just wear see-through clothes.
Yes, that's all it takes.
I guess that. What
She
do I have left?
she did run away with it. Grendel won this one quite handily. Isendra did come in second. She barely beat Old Man.
Barely.
Wow.
Barely.
What?
Because
beat-
who among us
She
hasn't
beat Old
looked at
Man
an old
by
man?
3 votes.
You
There's a
keep asking that question, and we keep raising our hands.
We keep.
I'm happy to be alone.
Except for Jono, he has not raised his hand.
Patrick Stewart can get it. I'm sorry.
Patrick Stewart is a very special kind of old man.
And maybe he's the special kind of old man. We
Maybe?
don't know.
We don't know.
He
don't
clearly
know.
is. He clearly is.
He's
He's
some
in
kind
Grendel's
of old
bedroom.
Clearly, he does something for somebody. Tom is a very special old man.
Well, Tom is
True, I am.
exceptionally
right there.
Thank you.
exceptionally
Right here.
special.
No, that's a compliment.
Special type of old man.
Allie, how do you feel about the whole plot line right now of Elaine aggressively flirting with Tom?
I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Burn
That's
it
fucking-
down.
yeah, it's gross.
Burn it down.
It's terrible.
No.
We all hate it.
0% here for this.
You're literally almost my dad, and maybe I'll fuck you.
Allie's opinion right now is how I feel about Elaine all the time.
At all times.
Just 0% here for it.
Yeah,
In
all the
book
time.
7, yeah, when she dies in book 7, it's all well and good.
Wait,
8.
what?
It's 8.
I'm sorry, it's 8. I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Would,
Are you
would-
fucking with me
what
right
do you
now?
think?
Of course we're fucking with you.
No, I can always remember
We
what
fuck
book
with
she
you
dies in,
all the
'cause
time.
8 and
We
Elaine
fuck
all
with you
start
when you
E.
take the headphones off. It's
John
great.
didn't even say anything important last time. He just made you
No,
take them off.
he
and we're
did
making
more
jokes.
fake spoilers.
I
Just because I know that you're gonna watch
maybe-
this and go like, "What the fuck did he say?"
What the fuck
Um,
did he say? I can't even watch my own show.
Hey, you're lucky.
What was I
I
about
have
to
to
say?
watch my own show, and I hate it.
You know, Wheel Weaves calls Elaine mashed potatoes because she's unbelievably boring to them.
Yeah, I like mashed potatoes.
Mashed
What's wrong
potatoes
with mashed potatoes?
I was like, justice for
Salty.
mashed potatoes.
without butter, without salt,
Oh.
just potatoes,
Yeah,
no
I
cream,
can still do it.
no nothing.
I can still do it.
I mean, look, they
I can
absorb
still
other
do
flavors.
it.
That's true. It's a base.
So, I mean, technically, the point of, I guess, fairness to Rand, then good
I
on
can still
him,
do it.
because it absorbs his own flavor. So
Yeah.
fucking Elaine is like,
Mm.
fuck.
I find that offensive to mashed potatoes because they're
Yeah.
way better than Elaine.
She's mashed potatoes
Even
and Rand
without
puts the
toppings.
cream on, and it works together.
No, they can't get. They can't
job.
because they can't get married because he's promised to someone else or something. I don't know, some nonsense like that. This was you're obviously Grendel. Grendel wanted Sendra second.
I couldn't vote for Grendel. That was my personal thing. I voted for Sendra.
That's fair.
Good
I
job.
couldn't vote
good
for
job.
her because I was
Well, she
like,
breaks people's brains.
yeah, I just
So-
couldn't. I couldn't
Yeah.
get behind it. I couldn't get behind the.
Well, she's pretty well.
She's incredibly hot, but there's something really, really dark there.
Oh,
Her power
like-
roofies.
she's certainly hot, but I was like, I can't get behind the
Yeah.
of it.
Sorry, Grendel.
But also, I'm like,
You
I
won
don't
anyway.
judge anybody for being able to get behind it because I'm like, I just
Who
can't
wants to
yes
be
queen
compulsed?
it. I just can't yes
Seems
queen
weird.
it, and that's fine. And I'll
mean,
stand by
I'd be
that.
I'd be okay if I got compulsed.
Depends who's
Well,
doing
yeah,
the
like-
compulsing.
You know, you
Like-
would be because that's the whole point of it.
I feel like it takes a lot of stress out of
That's
your
true.
life.
Yeah.
you totally
Sit
forget.
over there, eat this, go to sleep.
Like break
It's
my
like
brain, as if 2020 hasn't broken us enough. Like fuck it.
It's like the forget me nows from fucking.
Oh God, right.
There's so many less decisions I have to make.
Shall we
That's
press
fantastic,
onward?
Tom.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Go. Yes, Gus. Stop Tom from talking.
No, it's you're here to talk. I'm just here to talk about data. Here we go. We got Egwene, the Shan woman, Couladin, the man himself, and Jason Natale, who is of course Asmodean.
I
It's a
think I put
brutal
this
category.
under like kind of problematic people.
Yeah, these are slightly so we have Egwene.
Like I don't know how I feel about them yet.
Egwene, last we saw her, she and Bail Domon were. Bail Domon seemed to think that she was really cute, and she seemed to think he was real cute, and they were sailing off to drop things in the ocean, possibly together, probably together.
Yeah, she was in like a full on, medieval up to here nightgown, and he was like, damn, would still hit that.
Couladin is on his way across the Jangai Pass for whatever reason, we don't know.
I can't get
Meeting
behind that
severed
dude.
head everywhere.
It's something like that.
He
And
reminds me of like every stupid frat boy I've ever met.
I get that feeling.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
He's Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah.
I want to know more about the frat boys you've met who have thrown spears and killed people and that kind of thing.
That's
Well,
where,
where
she
did you
gets
go to
her,
school?
I
Yeah.
like killing in some aspects. That's where that comes from. John.
I only like killing if it's hot, and to me, the spear is not as hot as the bow, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Asmodean is locked in Rand's room all the time, teaching Rand things and being kind of depressed.
Just
Yeah.
sadly.
He is just
playing the harp.
lounging around on pillows, though, having
Just-
a great
Just
time.
lying around, being sad, playing the harp, and talking about how he will probably die, and being sad.
Is Jason Nattel? Does he have a mask? Like, does he have a fake face on, or is it just how Asmodean looks?
Just how Asmodean
Do
looks.
we know that?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Okay.
He didn't
How would you
disguise
hide your
anything.
face 3,000 years later.
I guess there's
I
no.
I mean, Lanfear
I
did.
have no idea.
Lanfear, Celine was a disguise. A little bit.
Yeah,
She
that's
made
what I'm
herself
saying.
a
So they've
9
done-
instead of being a 10.
She just made herself,
An 11.
slightly less
Yeah,
hot.
instead of 11.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was.
she made herself slightly more young, really. Like, not even less hot. Probably just like de-aged herself like 5 years.
Mhm. So who are we thinking here? We've got this group of 3.
I got to be honest, the hand job kind of Egwene is not for me. Just kind of like she's got just calloused hands from being on like a shipboat captain. So if you're into the hand party thing, if you just want like a nice hug, it's probably not going to feel good. It's going to leave, probably just going to draw blood really at this
Mhm.
point. It's kind of aggressive. woman. It's not really my thing.
You keep coming back to this hand job thing.
Yeah, you're very
Well,
hand oriented.
It is interesting that this
You're like,
comes
if the hand's not silky, I don't want it.
Yeah. it's pretty much. I had a very my mother used to sew and it ran. I don't want to do that. So I think she's out,
Oh,
but it
fucking-
just doesn't sound attractive to me. It just nothing about this.
I've never gotten the impression she was attractive. She's right off the list for me. She's
Only
out.
one person
Really?
thinks
really
she's
just, I'm
attractive.
really just trying to decide who's more attractive between Couladin and
Also, again,
Jason Nattel.
if your prize is Bail Doman, that do be a bad sign. Like, I feel like that's just like a negative start. Like oh, who does she want to fuck? That guy. All right, well, I'm out no matter what the fuck this is.
He's a
Oh,
properly
yeah.
set up man. It's great.
Yeah.
Lan-
Yeah, so-
Chat's pointing out that frat boys with fake tattoos are very common.
Oh, that is a very good point. That's a good point.
Oh.
Thank you, Landfear.
Yeah, you're right. That sells it for me. So he's number 2.
Yeah.
Asmodean's number 1, and Gain's 3. She's out.
I can only picture Kulata with a barbed wire tattoo around his bicep now.
Yeah.
Also,
It says Karakarn in the
combo,
wire.
Karakarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emo musical player. Instead of being guitar, he's just playing the fucking harp over there. Like, so you got your 2 dueling college.
I don't know. I don't see him as emo. He's trapped in that room because Rand trapped him in that room. Like, he would be out dicking around doing stuff.
Well, there's one of my favorite lines that I think, it's not a huge spoiler, when someone asks Isindre, like, what does Jason Natal do? Like, he just wants to make love and play harp all day. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
like,
see? Sounds amazing.
That's a good
That's
line.
a great line.
Number one. Number one.
Yeah,
Good
I
job,
think that's book
Asmodean.
4. That's a good line.
So I voted for Jason Tail.
You did.
Yes.
All right.
Nailed it.
Or as I like to call him, Jason Derulo.
That changes things.
Yeah, which changes things in a positive way. But yeah, no, he's like a moody band guy, which I'm like, everyone likes a moody band guy.
What are we thinking?
Milo?
No, Tom. Yeah, Tom.
Tom's like-
Tom will be back.
Tom does not go in for
Sounds
a
like
moody
hard
band.
Tom doesn't like Jason Natal.
He could have at least given his answer.
You were doing just fine
Son of a
until
bitch.
Jason Derulo. Tom actually had a fight over to
Oh, with Jason Derulo specifically?
That
I'm
would be-
sorry, I didn't know.
Probably.
I didn't mean to bring up such a traumatic event.
Jono, what's your last take on this?
Hey, I just love this shit. But no, like I said, Jason Natal, 1. Number 2 would be, of course, oh fuck, all of a sudden just forgetting his name.
Cool.
Cool it.
Thank you, yes. Yeah. A redheaded.
We're the same. Me and John are the samesies.
Yeah.
Got a lot of energy.
I bet Tom would be pretty close to those answers.
I'd buy it. Egwene won this one.
Yeah, and you know what? I stand by that. I stand by that because I'm like, you know what? She has a boat.
She had
She
2/3
can
of
take
the
me
boat.
wherever she wanted.
She could take you wherever you wanted. And we don't know if the
That's
captain
not
might not be
hot.
doing all of the ropes.
That's not hot. Boat captains
No.
are hot.
They all don't.
Objectively. What are you talking about? She's like practically a pirate. That's
she's not
hot.
like she's not the boat captain of a fancy yacht. She's the boat captain of like
A military vessel with
grungy
slaves on it.
military
I mean,
asshole.
listen,
Yeah.
I didn't vote for her. I'm just saying. I'm standing up for those who did.
Across thousands of miles of sea without washing your bath.
There's
Have a
nothing
great-
sexy about her boat.
Yeah, like you smell like salt water and death. Congratulations, you've all got fucking scurvy. Like this is great.
Hey, scurvy can be hot. You know, I mean,
All
A
right.
little bit of vitamin C deficiency.
Little bit of-
all
yeah.
that,
How you do it?
you know
I can't
what?
believe Gainen won that.
Yeah, she won it. But
Ridiculous.
That
Jason-
lack of vitamin C needs a little vitamin D.
Jason-
That's all I'm saying.
The dick. Must the sea was cum.
that would then you wouldn't need any more. Jason Natal is moving into the losers bracket though, so he's still around.
Okay.
All right.
In fairness,
all
that
right.
makes sense for him. That explains why he's a
I mean, it does.
Lines up. He belongs
Also,
there.
I mean, Cooladin and Gainen, it's just like it's either way.
Yeah. It's I remember reading once someone said I think the only reason Asmodean is one of the Forsaken is because he happened to be at the boar just playing the music, providing
hanging
entertainment
out.
for the meeting, and then they sealed it and they were like, well fuck, I guess welcome to the party, you're here now.
I guess
He's
I'm
the
one of them.
entertainment.
Good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you can have my soul.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh,
go.
Keep
do
me
it.
alive.
Do you want my mom? She sucks. No, we really don't. Take her. She
Take her,
sucks.
take
She
her.
sucks.
All right,
She sucks.
Yeah, he sold his soul for the exposure.
That's Asmodean for you. Shall we push on?
I mean, it's you got to get an in. You need an in.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's true. I think we call this one our conventionally unattractive category.
Yeah.
Oh, all
I
right.
already hit that one, but all right.
So, we had a few.
Oh, we have farther
the
to go
prelims. It's
in
the
the
prelims.
conventionally unattractive category.
Here we have the Finns, both of them, all of them.
Together, the entire everyone.
Geidel Kane and Hadnan Kadir. So again, Finns are creepy snake and fox people who make deals or tell you stuff. Geidel Kane just vanished from the world of dreams, presumably got reborn. And Hadnan Kadir is all we know about him really is that he's a darkfriend, and he did not know which that there were Forsaken with
he's
him.
a giant fat man, I think.
He is a big man who doesn't have a hat anymore,
That
and
can still be hot.
he
Sunburned though now.
is sunburned now, and generally seems anxious all the time.
He sweats a lot.
Let me ask you something. Where are we with Simeon the frog-faced man? On your list. Because he should definitely
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy!
That guy.
That
Yeah.
If there's
Totally
someone that's
forgot about
that. I
unconventionally
forgot about that
or
dude.
conventionally unattractive, it's that man, and you should definitely throw him in somewhere.
I
He'll
felt
get an
so
honorary
bad for that
mention.
guy because parents saw him and went, ew.
Yeah, yeah. And then he was like really, really cool to parent, and then 5 seconds later, parents like, "Here's a bunch of bloody sheets. Can you wash these? Thanks."
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's
Just
really weird.
Also, unrelated, Gus and Allie, we just covered that in our podcast.
Yeah, we
which,
did. It was funny.
2 years or 2 episodes running, so 10 years later, we're still making fun of that shit.
Good.
He's described as a frog face.
Yeah.
Man. You can't not discuss it.
No, that's true. It's
Yeah,
hard to forget about.
And his name is basically like monkey. Like it's just all bad for
It's
poor
good-
Simeon.
Oh yeah.
It's good to
Everyone.
have-
Yeah.
It's good to
Like,
have these things.
Tom literally popped in and goes, "You talking about Simeon?"
I'm here for that.
Welcome
I-
back.
He's my choice.
I wish
No,
that
he's
Simeon
not.
were in
He's
the
not on
bracket.
list. We were
This
I
is
brought him up as a joke.
this is the
It's a
Finns,
bracket smasher.
all of the Finns as one unit. Geidel Kane and Hadnan Kadir. And again, Geidel Kane presumably just got reborn, and Hadnan Kadir is
So now he's a baby.
sketchy and
Oh.
sweats a lot.
No.
Wait.
No.
He's presumably reborn.
We're not doing the baby
we mean
part.
the dead
We're
dead
doing
Geidel
the soul
Kane.
of Geidel Kane.
But I'm like right now in the books, presumably he's a
an infant
baby.
son.
Because I thought we were going with ugly baby is actually on the list, so I was very interested to see where that was going to play out.
I wish.
I would be interested
In
to
your
see
head
who
canon
picked
for
Ugly
this.
Baby.
Yeah, in your head
I
canon for
mean-
this, that could be true.
Think what you'd like.
That's not headcanon. That's a police report.
Yeah.
But again, Geidel Kane either just originally or as Ugly Baby. So because we're going off of where you are in the books to a certain extent, a distinctly uninteresting character. And so literally it's either ugly guy or ugly child. Ugly guy is a talented killer, which I know gets you kind of excited. But we've already got a good ugly killer called Hadnan Kadir, who's also sweaty and an adult. So, kind of balance that out. Sweaty, gross, adult,
Mhm.
legal.
I
Regardless,
think Kadir's a peddler, Jono.
no, ped.
Thriving capitalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
But what
You
is he
thought-
peddling? Is it
Yeah.
sexy?
Death.
He's selling yeah.
Anxiety.
So
Well, there's a whole thing with he spends most of book 4 coming up to Rand and being like, "Would you like to trade an information?" And Rand thinks he's Asmodean, so he's just really weirdly cagey to him the whole
Yeah.
time.
And then he loses his hat to Matt.
Yeah.
In a bed or something.
Immediately.
I-
Well, because
I do
Lanfear. Go ahead.
Rand's ability to be so wrong and so right. at the
So
same time
fucking
is
wrong.
Really funny. It's kind of like, well, that's the Forsaken. No, dumb fuck. Those two are, but that's all right. Good enough.
You had it
Well,
entirely backwards. Entirely backwards.
Yeah, I yelled at him the whole time. I was like, no, it's definitely Kylie whose voice doesn't match her like entire being. And Jason Natale. Because he's like sniffing around asking for information about Brodian.
I love that Rand was just like, it's definitely a fat one and a skinny one, but which one?
So close.
So of those three, we've got we talked about Hadnan Kadir. Geidel Kane as a piece of history is canonically the ugliest man in the world, right?
Yeah.
According to Robert Jordan.
Which says a lot about Birgitte.
Mhm.
That she's
We haven't
willing to look
discussed these
past
alien
that.
fucks at all.
We
Like,
haven't.
really
I feel like we don't want to.
There.
I feel
Okay,
like
Gus
there's
and I said that there
people-
needed to be another poll because it's like, okay, snakes or foxes? Because we
Snakes.
disagree.
Well,
You just have to ask yourself if you would fuck one of those aliens from Avatar. And if the answer is yes,
that just made me.
Okay, but
What?
snakes
Like a blue
or
cat?
foxes? Because I say foxes and Gus says
Gus says
snakes.
snakes. The foxes wear skin suits. The foxes
Yeah,
were
that's-
human fucking skin suits.
Well, apparently I have a thing for things who kill things.
I
So
guess.
like,
I just feel like that's
Apparently.
You had
there,
her-
that's what we
Thanks.
learned today.
I don't know. Those aliens. I don't know if they're making a list for me.
I
But
think
then
that's fair.
the choices left are just.
I know it's some
It-
rough choices.
We
At
wanted
least
this to be
Guido Kane has a
difficult.
good body.
That's true.
That's true. He's in shape.
We
He's
don't
just-
know. He's not just obese and just
Paper bag that.
I think he's
No,
he's
he just
buff.
has a shitty face.
He's just
big,
he's just got like
bearded
a
warrior.
what do they call I don't know.
This is assuming that obese people can't be hot, which
That's
they
true.
absolutely can be.
That's true.
Actually,
Jordan's
this works.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
works out in all of our
Happy to
favors
hear.
except Ali, because if we're gonna have sex with the Guido Kane, we're never looking at his face.
That's true, actually.
That's a good
So-
point.
I
That's
mean,
true.
even
And also-
not in the reverse, because Tom's a power.
Purely
bottom.
logistically, Thomas.
Joe, you pointed out Kadir's sunburn, so he's probably pretty hot.
Yeah.
He's in the waist. He
He's
doesn't
very
have
hot.
that.
He is very
Yeah, he
literally
is
hot.
very hot. Imagine how much sweat is in every one of those rolls.
Yeah, you
That's
can fuck
incredibly
anyone.
So
hot.
much sweat.
They're all
So much-
lubricated.
So much
hot.
sweat that the aisle lifted up so they could drink it because there's so little water in the waist.
They talk about may you find water and shade. They're talking about him.
One
Yeah,
flat,
yeah.
one
It's
flat,
ultimate combo.
water
I
and
didn't
shade right
think of-
there.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All
what
right,
are we
number one,
thinking?
Guido Kane. Number two, Hadman. 3, alien things.
What are you thinking, Jono?
I'm sold. I'm sure there are many people with some very interesting kind of like, well, I'll tell you, we can do that snake dick. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that, but at this point, I think Tom's point is persuasive, right? As gross as Guido Kane face may be, just flip him the fuck over. You're good to go. Again, personally, as a dude, last I checked, I can do that. Good news for me. Or maybe he's just got a big dick, which you can just kind of steer backwards anyway. You still don't have to face him, and he can fuck you backwards. You know, you don't know. I don't know. I don't remember where you are in the book. Ali,
Jono. Nails it.
So Robert
Yeah,
Jordan
we-
specifically addresses
Logistical questions
yeah.
we have to ask.
good old
Really?
backwards fuck man, Guido Kane. Which when
Really?
he comes back as a child, very strange for his nerd. So Hadden and Kadir, again, like I said, literally hot and sweaty and gross. So like literally all times ready to go because moisturized.
he's lubed up.
That's true.
He's 2. Sorry to the snakes and foxes. They're last.
That's all right. Well, what are you thinking, Tom?
Tom's hot.
Exactly what.
Tom's going snakes, foxes, twisted door frame.
I'm trying to think about who would get the best hand job. But
Snakes.
Did the foxes have
wraps
huge
around.
hands, or did I make that up?
it's Guido Kane, Kadir because he's hot and gives water and shade, and then aliens. Get out of my. Get them out of here.
Guido Kane did eke it out. He just made it. He won with a little over half the vote. The aliens actually are moving on to the losers bracket.
The
I
furries
knew
showed up
it.
for the,
The furries
alien.
showed up.
I'm
The
not surprised
furries.
at all. I am very that furry con vote is a strong one.
It's a
specific,
strong
you know,
vote.
it's a block, and you have to account for it.
Yeah.
And, Hadnan Kadir is done. He's
Yeah.
just
He's
gonna
done.
He's
he's just
over.
gonna shrivel up like
I
some
don't
bacon.
think, see, again, Tom's point earlier, I don't think people really thought that through very well. All those folds.
It's
I
fine.
mean,
Yeah,
probably
like-
20 Aielmen could probably fuck him at the same time.
Just retweet all of our polls from
Yeah,
now
retweet
on
polls,
and
say,
go, we
"Think
really
about it."
encourage you to think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's it. Hey,
Don't just,
stop a minute, guys.
trigger
Think
happy.
about this before you answer it.
You
That
know,
man has his own home. His own home. He's wealthy. That's sexy.
standard approach to
His
it.
family killed him, but you know.
Yeah.
Standard approach to a Twitter poll is you should be really measured and thoughtful
Yeah.
before you jump in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Agreed.
jump
Really
forward.
take your time.
This is I believe you called this the controversial faves
Yeah,
category.
controversial
All
category.
right,
about this.
here we have Gawain Trakand,
Fuck.
who last
Yeah. I agree.
last we saw him, he was overthrowing the White Tower. We have Danelle, who is this brown Aja
No, he's also cosplaying as
as a Star Wars youngling.
Yeah, as a Star Wars youngling.
Danelle is a brown Aja who shows up twice in so far.
Yeah.
She's
She
Black
she
Aja.
smirks at Swan
Period.
when Swan gets deposed, and then she does this thing with the Masons. She brings in a bunch of men disguised as Masons, and then she is on Elida's small council.
I personally hate
And
her.
every time her name comes up, Allie
much.
just starts tearing anything in sight.
I hate her.
And then number 3 is Fail, who last we saw her married Perrin.
Problematic.
Just because of that.
No.
Who would do such a thing? Who
Well,
would
we
do
don't
such
want
a
to break up a marriage, Tom.
Well, she's got this weird there was the weird spanking exchange in the ways
thing? In the Wheel of Time?
she hits him all the time, and I mean I like them together provided they go to therapy, but there's no therapy in this book series, so I worry about the future of this marriage.
Well, Jono used to joke that she had a unibrow for our entire podcast, so I don't know how far that she's gonna go for him.
To each their own.
You know, if you're like a Frida Kahlo stan though, that's
Yeah, I mean,
unibrows are good.
yeah, sometimes unibrows are pretty
Yeah,
That's your thing?
Are they hot, or are you
No.
just giving a one-off exception of literally one?
they could be. Well, but I mean,
Depends
know.
on what you're into.
Yeah, it's
depends on what you're into.
personal preference.
Joe's into the McBoyle sister that drinks milk.
That's so. She likes milk.
Milk is good.
Very healthy.
Milk is good. Doesn't she hook up with Mac at one point in the show?
And her brothers.
And her
Probably.
brothers, yeah. I like that character. She's a good character.
Oh, geez.
McPoyles as a whole. That's a great family. You should just put the whole McPoyles.
The
in
whole
there as
McPoyles
a
should
what's
jump
podcast.
on the. I'm just disappointed that we made the bracket before
Me and the frog face man got in.
well, the frog face man, but also disco Aiel, or what was
Oh,
it? Glow stick.
Glow stick Aiel.
Allie doesn't know about glow stick
Joe's the only
Aiel.
one that can do it.
Glow stick IU? Where are we going to a rave with the IU?
Almost-
What's
That's
going
exactly
on?
what that is.
Yeah. You guys want to tell her about glow stick Aiel? I feel like this needs a wider audience always.
Glow stick
You know, by
Aiel
definition, is
dances
great
the spears, but
Okay.
instead of spears, he has glow sticks. He's always high in battle.
He's a
He
character
has a
that we
good
made
time.
up to bring in comedy relief every time we wanted to joke about the IU.
And every time we bring him up, Joe sings Sandstorm. It's fantastic.
I love glow stick Aiel.
All right.
Aiel rhymes with.
Ba-da-da-da.
Oh my god. Rhymes with Fail,
yeah.
who is one of the contestants in this poll.
That is true.
So
that was
circling
segueing
back
past.
look at me, look at that.
Fayo Bezos?
Fail, Allie calls her Fail Bezos because
She's
she
rich as fuck.
understands that her family is wealthy.
I called
Oh,
it from the
makes
minute I met
sense.
her. I was like, this girl's the 1%. Period.
All right. So
My
here's your
bad.
choices. Run down them.
All right.
We got Gawain,
Somebody
Japan,
pick.
and Fail.
Gawain,
Gowan's third. Is that third for everybody?
Danelle, and Fayo
I
Bashir.
don't know. I don't remember this brown Aja.
I'll take her as number one. She's like a hot librarian, but also secretly evil, possibly.
I
Sounds
think.
kind of
Yeah.
sexy.
Oh, all right. Okay, I see where you're going with there.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Mysterious stuff there.
Yeah. You know, if you're
And
into
then-
like marrying the librarians.
And Gwen's dead last for me.
I think that's.
I mean,
how
Gawain
Allie
is
feels.
arguably attractive. However, I despise him. So
Your personality can make you very unattractive.
yeah, I think that's kind
It's
of
a
where
major
I'm going
factor.
with that one. He's a 3 for me. He's out. I guess I'm going Fail Danelle, which sounds suspiciously like Daniel Luhan.
Like John is just
Maybe that's
real
the hidden
crisis.
message that Allie doesn't know. John's gonna vote pass.
So this is a tough one for me.
this is not allowed.
Yeah, pass is definitely not allowed. I'm by definition, Gawain's the hottest. He's also the worst. We're gonna give him second.
Okay.
Fail is supposedly attractive, but much of the description isn't really doing it for me. You know, unibrow, big old bizarre nose, bitch. You know, that kind of just goes last place for me. We're gonna go with Danelle, and I know there's some things about Danelle that are important later. As a brown Aja, obviously, we're talking, of course, about butt stuff, which is
It actually has quite a bit to do with Aram's yellow coat.
you
yeah,
go.
yeah, right. Yeah, so we're going.
This
I'm
is the
going
close
first
reading.
place.
This
The
is-
close
yes,
reading
close
we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Danelle makes it first, which is interesting for what happens to her later, because she gets peed on. Number one. That's what the yellow coat joke was.
really?
Your
I didn't know
team.
that.
That
The
was-
Mount Aja part.
I didn't pick
Yeah.
up on that.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to disappoint you guys. Fail actually took this one.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
All right, so I was there. I voted for Fail.
Yeah,
Fail
Joe,
took it,
Joe
yeah.
liked Fail
Joe's on the
enough.
team.
Joe's
Uh,
an idiot.
She's fierce, Jono. She's awesome.
The well, who do you
Perrin,
think came in
let's
second?
be
then?
honest, though. Seriously, it's Perrin that sucks. Guys.
True. Yeah, true.
We can talk more about that later.
We'll definitely talk more
We'll
about
talk
that
about
later.
There's definitely.
I mean, I love Perrin, but also he sucks in relationship wise.
What did we say? Perrin's a power bottom.
Power bottom.
Perrin's a power bottom because
Yeah, definitely power bottom.
we were
Yeah.
talking
He's
about.
also got a red lipstick dick like a wolf man. It's very strange. He's a very strange individual.
We just
Yeah.
got to the part in book 5 where Matt starts having a bunch of sex with a maiden of the spear named Melindra, and
Yeah.
Allie started screaming because she was so happy for him.
Was
And
very happy for him.
it-
I just wanted somebody in this book series to bum.
It
I was
led to this
ready.
whole
for that to
conversation
happen.
where we decided, what did we decide? Rand's a top, Matt's a switch, and Perrin's a power bottom.
Yes,
Oh,
that
Matt's definitely a
seems
switch.
correct.
Matt's a
Yes,
switch.
that seems correct. For those of you who are not familiar, switches could go either way.
Yeah. Who do we think came in second here?
Matt also feels like he's got a hard buy energy. I don't know.
Oh, I buy
Maybe
it.
that's just me.
I wasn't
Yeah,
trying to make a
I
pun there,
agree.
but I totally buy it.
I would
Yeah.
assume Gawain came in second because people aren't thinking about it.
Gawain came
Yeah.
in second because the Gawain Stan accounts came out in force.
Yeah,
there are multiple Gawain
the Stan
accounts.
accounts did come
One of
in.
them,
Really?
one of them
Mhm.
reactivated to
Those
retweet our,
Gowans.
our poll. And
Did
I
they
was on it.
really?
Yeah, one of them was like, I haven't tweeted in a long time, but you
That
you
actually
need to
makes
see
me
this.
really happy.
Yeah,
I'm like
I
really
was
flattered by
touched.
that.
That's a very unfortunate thing to come back for. Is
It actually kind of bums me out a little bit.
It doesn't bum me out, but I wish it had pivoted in the wrong way for him. Like, come out and look this, check this out, and then it's like third place.
Yes,
You're
that's
out.
love.
So like the Danelle
That would've been
stands
much
came
better.
out in full force, so they were like, "No,
Yeah.
we can't let our girl Danelle fail in Gawain against Gawain."
Well, she did. She fell hard. She's out. Gawain is in the
That's
losers
good.
bracket, which would probably drive him crazy.
I mean,
Uh,
I think Tom's hot librarian that could possibly be evil is one of the best things I've heard in her favor ever.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, because we're thinking,
shame.
we're
It's a shame.
exploring.
We're
Yeah,
thinking,
Eyebrow.
we're taking the time to really contemplate our answer here.
Come on, Twitter, of time.
It
I mean, I
may
don't
be.
I don't hate
Oh,
Fail. I just never found her like super hot when I'm reading the book.
Sure. No, I think that's
Yeah.
that's fair.
Well, I mean, it's hard to get behind someone who like hits their spouse.
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack with that
She's-
relationship.
she's
I
That's
think.
tough.
scary to you weirdly.
It's
What's
like
going
and my
on?
wife get
95% of
along
the
just
people
fine.
I know. Yeah.
She's tough.
We have a couple polls left. This one hilariously coincided with the drop yesterday, the Watt on Prime drop. Moiraine,
Oh, interesting.
Bear, the wise one, and Alviarin. So Moiraine, where we're at right now, Allie is convinced that Moiraine is going to die
She's so dead.
because
like,
she keeps
tomorrow.
on going up to Rand and being like,
Tomorrow.
I may not be around
Tomorrow.
forever. You should listen to my
She
advice.
has her last will and testament written. She's ready to go.
She just told Rand she would do whatever he wants. Should like
Yeah,
just listen to
Rand
my advice.
has
I
a
don't
life
care.
insurance policy taken out against her.
Bear is a wise one.
Sexual thing.
What?
Who cannot channel.
Sexual thing. Like I will do whatever you want, Rand.
And
She's not
Yeah.
supposed to, though, according to the
arches, she cannot sleep with him, or it's not going to end well.
That is one couple I don't get behind, so I'm really
Yeah,
okay with
yeah.
that.
The
Never
White
mind that.
Tower. So, like, real quick, Gus. Like, I know you're gonna probably mention it, but the White Tower, if you notice, as behind me, obviously Tarvalon is shaped like a vagina.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
period. Yeah,
So,
clear.
well, not period, not all the time. It seems like it sometimes. But there's no prescriptions on ass play. So like that's one of the things that's up there is like she's actually allowed to like let him in that way. And so that's kind of what's going on. Like I'll let you do whatever you want.
Major plot point,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Allie is convinced that Alviarin is Black Aja. She's Elida's keeper, is what we know about her now. And Allie's convinced she's Black Aja because she looked at Padden Fane like she knew more about him than she was letting on.
Yeah. That felt weird to me.
So
And the
that's the three.
bear has 3 husbands, so we know she's got to be hot enough to hook
Bear
3
has
dudes.
buried 3 husbands. She doesn't have 3 husbands. She
What's
had
she
3 already.
doing?
And they're
Black
all-
Isn't she
Widow.
like a hot old grandma, or am I mixing her up with a
Yep.
different one?
Yeah.
Yep, she's a hot old grandma.
Oh, a hot old grandma. You're tipping your
Yeah.
hand.
A hot old grandma. I mean, she's had 3 husbands. She's got to
Everyone's
have
hot on
something
this
going
list,
on,
Well,
right?
she might have 60 years ago.
I
Sure.
mean, look, she can channel, so she's lived a long time. I mean, 3 husbands over like 200
No,
years.
I don't think she
Really
can.
is.
Bear
She
can't.
channel.
No,
Yeah, she
Amis,
Oh shit, you're right. Bear
Amis and
can-
Sevanna can channel. Bear can't. She's a dreamwalker.
Oh, yeah. She's bareback. So yeah, that's a lot.
Mhm.
That's a-
Oh, but in a dreamwalker,
Mhm.
that adds a whole level of interest there.
Oh, good kink. Yeah.
I mean, she can be any age she wants.
Yeah.
Every time you go to sleep, you don't even have to be awake for it.
Really
That's
smart.
amazing.
Honestly,
true.
I don't even know why I got married to a
Come into
woman.
your dreams too.
Chosen this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to try.
I think
This changes
She's
everything.
probably wildly experienced.
Right?
She married 3 different men.
I'm saying the 3 different men chose her. She's got to have something going on.
All right, so we got Bear. Who are the other ones?
Alviarin and Moghedien.
Alviarin's a cold fish.
Yeah, she's off my list. She's out.
She's done.
She's my,
just
she's my
putting,
number
yeah.
1.
Top tier.
But like, you might be into cold fishes. You might
Tom
want
likes
the
frigid
abuse.
bitches.
Yeah,
Boy.
you're like, I
Cold
want
fish.
I want to crack the ice. You know?
I'm not comfortable sexualizing Moraine. Feels weird.
It does feel strange to me.
Yeah.
She
Fair.
is a little bit like mom.
It's mom.
You know, she's mom.
Yeah.
She's
So-
last for me.
But
Oh,
she's not my
I'm
mom.
I'm not
so
saying
she
she's
could
not.
be a
I'm not
hot
saying she's
mom.
not hot. Not for me.
Yeah. What about it? Tom, what if it
Rand's mom.
was Joe's mom?
Think about
No, that's the same person.
Fuck.
it. There you go. I'm gonna go Bear, Moraine, no Alviarin.
Alviarin doesn't count. She doesn't get a vote.
No, she's out.
What do you
Alright.
think, Jono?
I mean, I at this point I'm now 100% sold. No matter how old, unattractive, whatever the fuck Bear is, the name Bareback, easy.
Mhm.
But literally all the things she could do in your dreams.
Yeah.
You know, just pass the fuck out, get drunk, pass out, have some great sex in the middle of the night, nocturnal emission. You're done. She'll probably clean it up. She's an older woman. They like to clean things. You know,
Or a guy shine.
You got your own messy order.
Whatever.
Gosh, yeah. Keep the guy
Yeah,
shine
likes
on
to keep
hand.
it- Yeah, likes to keep a tidy house.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, though. The Dreamwalker element. I don't think people are thinking that. I think
Yeah.
that's
Because
the
we,
fact-
we've establised people aren't thinking.
They're not thinking,
this
they're just
through.
Real time is a it's a high echelon. Like it's a cerebral.
This is the cerebral game we're playing here.
people just
Like,
recognize names and they pull the trigger. They go,
Just-
"Oh,
yeah,
I've
when
read
you-
that character."
When you put the poll, I just put "think about it" in all caps.
You know what? Just start retweeting. Think about
Think
it.
about it.
That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Think
Don't
about
pick a
it.
name you just recognize immediately.
Yeah, start
I'll tell
putting
you,
your
the,
thumb on that scale. That's what I did
Don't
with
be
Elsie
like-
Grinwell.
Yeah.
She
The
did.
scale is the prostate.
Oh, she's amazing.
Elsie
I love
Elsie
her.
Grin was Alex's favorite character in the
Easily.
entire series.
She's
Favorite
done no
What's going on
wrong.
with her?
She's done nothing wrong. Everyone else has done at least one thing wrong. And Elsie has just been there and has been horny. And I can get behind both of those things.
That's really most of
Alright.
what she's done.
Yeah.
Put that on your,
GRINWELL
gra-
Cup is
She's
put that on
been
your
there.
gravestone.
global championship. Too.
I
was
was
there
there
and
and I was horny.
It's my major accomplishment.
And she was
Honestly.
impersonated by Lanfear, and she got body shamed by Egwene. So I mean, that's a
Which-
great resume.
Brought
That's a
Egwene
great
down
resume.
a lot in my estimation, personally,
That's what did it.
among like 800 other things.
Uh, so we're saying Moraine is too much like mom. Bear can do whatever the fuck she wants in your head, and it's as good as real life. And she's just, and Alviarin doesn't count as a human being.
Yeah, that's right. So you take.
I'm still
yes.
thinking Alviarin.
Yeah. Oh, I'm taking Alviarin can fuck off. I'll
Bear
take
can
one.
go. Bear can come second.
Bear can come second.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Moraine's number 2 for me, and then Alviarin's a distant third because like there's nothing sexual about Alviarin.
Yeah,
Like,
she's really not. She's
Oh,
asexual.
No.
nothing.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well, she's a white Aja too. She's white
Yeah.
Aja, and they're the logic ones, right?
Yeah,
So-
logically, an orgasm shouldn't
I
matter.
don't know if she's conventionally like unattractive or anything, but just the whole
Personality
everything
does
about
so
her,
much.
Like, no,
Personality does so
No.
much.
Personality matters. Yeah.
This was a runaway. This was a 90% vote for one person because people saw Moraine and recognized the name
Yeah.
and went, hell yeah, stamp. So really the race was the second place race between Elviaran and Bear. And not a phrase I thought I would say. You're thinking Elviaran, Joe?
Yeah.
Tom, what do you think?
I'm just assuming.
I'm assuming I'm wrong, so I'll say Bear will probably win.
You think Bear? Jono, what are you thinking?
Honestly, I think that Alviaran's got more name recognition, but everyone may hate her.
That's what I was thinking.
Of what happened. She's a fucking keeper for Elida.
Yeah.
So I think that no one likes Elida. So I think Bear makes it.
This was a tie. They tied.
Oh, shit.
What?
Dead tie.
Moiraine got
Trick question.
Moiraine got 99 votes, and they both got 6.
I'm curious to know if
Interesting.
everyone that voted for Moiraine, like when they read the books, they're just like, man, she is so super fucking hot. Like
I think she's super fucking hot. Maybe that's just me.
Well, that's
Apparently,
just 'cause
I
you
never-
ship it's because you ship the shit out of her and Tom.
I ship
Because that's
the
Allie's one
shit
true
out of her.
pairing is Moiraine,
Those two are gonna be
Damodred,
together.
and Tom.
That
Merlin.
is very clear to me. No,
Wait,
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
guy.
Master Bard is so close to Master Bait. I'm like, it can't. It's there.
What
It's
is
all
Master-
there.
why would he be with anybody though?
Yeah.
Because Tom fucks. Tom fucks. Period.
Oh, Tom Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Tom fucks.
Final setting.
And Tom dates like short. Well, after Morghese, he only dates short, dark-haired women.
He dated Dina.
Dina,
He dated Dina, who is a short, dark-haired Kyrianan woman.
and he said Moraine's cute.
He did.
And he and Moiraine heavily flirted in book 1.
Did they heavily flirt in book 1?
Believe.
Not doing that. But you get the point where he fucks men.
I mean, honestly, I think they
Dark
kinda
hair
did.
character?
Okay, she grabs his face and he's all like, no, and she like giggles at him. She laughs when he pulls out the knife, like delightedly. Come on, it's there.
A knife, obviously, being a phallic object.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously.
He's pulling it out.
Around, yeah.
Yeah.
And she shows off for him. She's like, well, after the fog shit, she goes, oh, most I said I can't do that. Why would she say that?
I
This
love
is-
where your head's at.
This is a hill that Allie will die on.
I'm going to die on
She
that
is
hill.
firmly of the
I
opinion
mean, it's
that
a fantastic hill.
I think you're going to die under the hill.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is Lord of the Rings reference that he used later. Good job, Robert.
there is no nothing according to Allie that's being foreshadowed harder than. Was there anything being foreshadowed harder
Those two
than
are
this?
going to get together so hard. Oh, and she also told the girls that she knows what her husband looks like better than they do. It's Tom.
Yeah.
She told Tom that he's not going to die in Tanchico. How would she know that unless they're going to end up together? And she knows that they're going to end up together.
How did we get on the topic of Tom?
Maureen.
Moiraine.
I'm right here.
Hey, Tom.
How did we- Wheel of Time. How did we get here?
That's true. It was a tie, so we actually took this to our Discord and we did a flash poll, a 20-minute flash poll between Bear and Elviaran. That's right, and Jono won it because he just flashed. Actually, Bear came out ahead by a massive margin on our Discord. So our Discord, I think, was 3 people said Elviaran's great, and 12 people were like, "What the fuck would you vote
When you
for her?"
said 3 people for the massive margin, I was like, well, that's massive indeed. But yeah, that makes more sense.
3 to 12.
4 to
Yeah.
1 is good. Yeah.
So Bear moves on. Bear's in the losers bracket.
All right, Bears squeak by.
Moiraine blasts past into the main bracket.
All
She
right.
wins literally every single poll that anybody puts out about the Wheel of Time.
I had a lot of
won
thoughts about
they just started another one of those best fandom polls.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And
Oh, it's
all
Wheel
of our
Time.
Twitter feeds are nothing but vote for Moiraine over Dolores Abernathy. Which you should,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way. If you're listening right now and you have a Twitter,
Who's Dolores Abernathy?
Westworld, Dolores.
Oh, yeah, easily. What?
You guys, if people are listening right now and they want to affect those polls, don't even bother voting for the Wheel of Time people. Vote against the Lucifer people.
That's it.
They're the ones that always win.
That's the
Get
key.
rid of them, and then we win. Nobody pays attention.
Thanks, Tom.
Crush the
Yeah, they always
competition.
creep up from the other side.
The Lucifer fandom is out there somewhere.
And they're
It's
outrageous.
outrageous.
I guess they really
are
care. I didn't
outrageous.
know that the show existed. I know Trisha Helfer's on it. She's great.
I haven't seen it.
I hadn't heard of it until they were going up against Moiraine.
I gotta say, I tried to watch it after the last time they all went insane against us in a poll, and it sucks. It's a shitty show.
And now Tom's going to die.
Someone in chat.
Yeah, someone's gonna send you guys some major
Some
hate mail.
hardcore Lucifer fan is
La-
gonna have to get
Lanfear.
sent Tom Anthrax.
Landfair in chat just said Toliran Riyadh is the definition of safe sex, which leads me to the question: can you get pregnant in Toliran Riyadh,
That's a good
or
question
can you
because
get
you
venereal
can die.
disease in Toliran Riyadh?
No, that's why you don't have to worry about all the past husbands.
Can
Yeah.
you die in the Shakespearean sense?
Hmm.
Which is coming.
I mean, if you can come out of there with a little cut, you must be able to come out there with a little sperm in your womb.
But that's matter getting introduced into your body, right?
Which one?
Splinter. Oh, but then it disappeared.
Disappears.
But when
the
it becomes
wise
part of your
ones-
body
the
before
wise
you come
ones
back.
specifically are against going into Tel'aran'rhiod like physically, so I think no.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
think the
But
answer
then-
is no, but it's a fascinating.
But then
question.
obviously that rule can be broken.
See, what I was going with Bear was that because she's a dream walker, she can come into your actual dream,
Literally.
your own
Yeah.
dream, right? Where
Yeah.
Tel'aran'rhiod rules probably don't apply. Not that that's anything like that has happened in the books.
Yeah, but it's still not physical though. Like it's
Right.
That's a
it's
question for
brain.
Alan Romanchuk. Like, let's we will email Alan and ask him.
Oh, hold on, I'll call him.
Send in the
It's
link.
9:30. Give him a call.
Bring Alan in.
I'm not calling. It's 9:30 on a Thursday. He's an old man. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I'll be drinking in his shower.
Shall we?
Again?
Shall we press on?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is what do you call this one, Allie?
Oh, I just consider them all hot ladies.
Hot ladies.
Hot
poll.
lady bracket.
All right. The moment we've all been waiting
Hot
for.
like extras.
Is this the last one?
This is the last standard one. We can talk
Okay.
about where we're going next. What we've got in
Oh, we
process
should.
right now.
No, we should talk about.
But
where we're
this is
going
the
next.
last standard poll.
The last one we get to vote on.
Well, no, I mean we can talk about what's coming
None of
up.
our votes count.
Fantastic.
So
You can vote on whatever you want.
we have Barrelane, Laris, the mistress of the kitchens, and Lyanna Moghedien. So where Allie's at, just to reiterate, there was a little while where Allie thought Lyanna was kind of sketchy.
She was a little sketchy.
She was a little sketchy for
that
a while.
was trauma.
Because she was like, Perrin, you're really pretty. I just lost a warder. And Allie was like, is she going to do some sketchy shit? And then she didn't, so it's all fine.
red flag, red flag.
She's in the Two Rivers. She's just helped with the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Laris is great. And
I decided anyone who was present at the Battle of Two Rivers who actually did anything were good.
so Dane Bornhald's in a shit can.
Oh, he can go fuck himself very much.
Laris just smuggled
Bonehold?
Swan, and she smuggled Swan out of the tower.
He did win his heat.
And
Oh, Laris. Yeah.
To be fair, he was against Agnor and Balthamel and
Padden Fane.
Padden Fane. So,
Oh,
it wasn't stiff competition, but
that's not very good competition.
Barrelane, last we saw her, was in the Stone of Tyr. We haven't seen her since she was in the Stone of Tyr.
but she made quite a lasting
She
impression.
flirted aggressively with everybody except Matt, because Matt.
And she's hot enough that all of the other women who have ever been around her, except for Moraine, are pressed. She lives rent free in all of their heads.
So what are we thinking?
Mm-hmm. I mean, barely and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to think about this one. Barrelane, Lyanna, Laris.
Barrelane, Lyanna, Laris.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Alana?
Alana over Laris?
What
Yeah.
about that hot
Over the
lady in the kitchens?
Over the spanking kitchen lady?
Here's the thing, though. Remember,
She's literally surrounded by pots. It's very hot in the kitchen.
And she
Trying to avoid
spanks
temperature.
all the
everybody.
time. She spanks everybody. She's got a spoon specifically for it.
Yeah, she has a spoon just for spanking.
She's
What
Sticking
about
by
Lyanna?
my rankings, you're not changing my mind.
He's like, I've thought about it.
Unlike some
I'm
of our
gonna go
voters.
Laris number 2 and Alana number 3 for reasons that I can't explain.
Okay. Here's the other thing about Laris, though, that I want to mention. Laris spends much of book 4 teaching Min about traditional beauty,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
That's
exactly.
true.
and she talks about like.
Laris
Go ahead.
Yeah, Laris used to fuck,
Yeah.
2-3 decades ago. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She knows what
She's
she's
definitely past her
doing.
prime.
yeah, she knows what she's doing. She knows her way around a man's kitchen. The kitchen being, of course, the penis. The pot being testicle. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, so Laris, everyone likes something different. Some like thinner, some like larger. If this is your camp, then she's the right fucking call because she's been there a lot, apparently. That being said, not necessarily my speed. I'm going number 1, difficult. Barreling. It's really tough to put the very evidently hottest and or top 3 hottest, depending on some things that work out with the Forsaken. it's hard to put that through, but I will as a big fan of the series. And then number 2 is going to be not Laris, unfortunately. But she makes a decent number 3.
Yeah. Alana the Green for number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, she just lost a warder. She probably could, use a little fucking cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for both of that.
Very
Dana
predatory.
Luhu said Alana is hot. Alana is hot and has had more than one warder at a time. So that's
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
She never married
Somebody
anybody.
said that Laris is kind of scary, which I'm like, okay, but some people are into
some
that.
people are into that.
Some people are into that.
That's true.
Yeah, some people. are scary.
We're open. Just because we're stating our opinion, we're open to all justifications.
Mm-hmm.
She had
I mean, again,
access to
just
the world
temperature
goods.
alone, she's surrounded by boiling pots of
She
water.
is literally
She's
constantly
literally
hot.
warm.
She's literally hot.
And she has
Maybe
no
she'd
problem
sweat off
maintaining
some of that weight.
Yeah.
I mean, I voted for Cadman Kadir on that note. I mean, like, I gotta
Sweat
stand by
off
my
that
stance, you know.
Yeah.
You got feelings about sweaty people, Joe. That's okay. That you're allowed.
Yeah, it's fine.
Shall we? Did I didn't reveal how this one ended. What are you doing? What are you
Do you have another beer?
Do you want some of mine?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Like, you are hardcore looking for that beer.
You guys
Just
need
like right in his face.
more
I
beer
had a
around.
very
We
long
did.
day.
I only
Small
grabbed 4.
refrigerator right within my arm. It's
Well,
really-
that was smart.
You want a beer?
Yeah. Pass
Hey.
it over. Yeah.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, this one was not as much of a runaway as many of the other polls we've had. Not
Gotcha.
even a little bit. It was still a runaway, but it wasn't a 90% runaway. Bear Lane, of course, won. I mean,
Yeah.
no one is surprised
Yeah,
that Bear Lane won.
obvious. Yeah.
Bear Lane took it with.
We thought about including instead of Laris because we realized we forgot Laris.
Yeah, I
we-
realized
we
as
were
we recorded
going
our
to
podcast on
include,
Wednesday. Adeline.
Adeline, who I personally find very appealing, but
Adeline is she's a maiden of the spear, who protects Rand in at least books 4 and 5.
I
and
thought
she
you
like
meant the character from the Sanderson
Stormlight
series.
arc.
yeets
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
body
that's-
up.
Yeah, my brain just went there.
No, she
Allie,
like
you're
yeets her
drifting
body
out
up
of
when
camera.
Couladin
Yeah.
throws the spear at Rand, and
Yeah.
I thought that was very
Allie loves Adeline.
impressive.
I love that you had Bear Lane, Alana, and then you're like, and then we realized we forgot Laris. I'm like,
So we're gonna
how
put
does that
Laris in.
even track?
It was the only poll left,
It was the only pull up.
and I could not live without putting Laris
Yeah.
in.
We both frankly
not
were
abide
like, ugh. And then I said, you pick who goes. I mean, obviously Bear Lane's going to stay, but I said you pick between Alana and Adeline. And he picked Adeline, so
Yes,
which does not to me bode well for Miss Adeline.
Bard of the Red Handed is Stone IPA.
Which
And yes, the labels are all upside down, and I'm not sure if they're
Yeah.
supposed to be or not.
oh, that's my brother-in-law's beer. Oh well,
Just sold that on eBay.
sorry, Danny.
Yeah, Bear Lane won with only 67%, compared to Moraine, who won with 90%, but okay. And Laris took second.
I think Bear Lane is one of those with the potential to take it all,
Bear Lane? I think so.
but this
Yeah.
poll does not necessarily suggest that.
No, people would prefer.
It depends. I think it depends on who she's going up against in each round.
Yeah.
She'll go by every time.
And we'll
It
talk
just
about that
depends on what-
soon because
Next
Depends
round
on
might
where
be
she
tough
gets
for her.
yeah.
next time might
We'll
be
see.
tough. Yeah.
The two polls that we have, and then I have 14 tweets in a row that are just Rosamund
Moraine
Pike's face.
related.
The two we've had since then. We started our
Yes,
losers
I'm back,
bracket.
by the way.
What?
I'm
Oh,
back.
Hey, come
Hear
on.
my video
Welcome
back
back.
Thank you.
Oh, yay.
Oh, hi, Jono.
Two
Oh,
we've had
hi.
since then. We have started our losers bracket. I'm not gonna
Ah.
say how this one turned out. That's gonna have to wait until next week. But our first losers bracket was Matt, because Matt lost his first heat. He lost to Eludra.
Which we were shocked by.
Didn't expect that. Eludra stands came
That was
out
pretty
in
shocking.
force.
The
Uh,
Eludra stands are
Dumb? Yeah,
heated.
we'll go with dumb.
Heated.
Passionate.
Oh,
Passionate.
by definition, yeah.
Matt versus Archer Hawkwing versus Jason Natale.
What the fuck?
Hmm.
Listen, when you start dropping out of winners bracket into losers bracket, I just put you together however I can. And
I
Matt
mean,
lost his first
I-
round, you know.
Matt's an obvious win, but
I feel like-
maybe that's not so
I
I feel
obvious.
like this is men with big dick energy.
Men with big dick energy.
would be my category for
Does
this.
Jason Natale have big dick energy?
I think so. Is that a no from you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're-
I
you're
don't know
pulling
him
away.
that well.
Well,
We've
pulls
met.
Their, pulls their over.
Arthur
Speaking of
Hawking is
energy,
described as
man.
a hook-nosed man. I don't know if he's ever described as being handsome.
Well, he ran a continent.
Hooknose is not necessarily a not hot.
No, not necessarily. but
Very Roman idea.
He's never really mentioned being handsome. He did rule a continent, but that just means he's really good at fighting.
His
Which
sword
can
is
be, which to me
Oh,
is
his
big,
sword
big,
forms.
big dick
Sword
energy.
forms. What might his sword
Dick
forms
big.
of choice be? We don't know.
Dude
Could be
dripping
anything.
from the branch probably was one of them.
Dude.
I think right off the bat.
There's some really wonderful sword form names in this series.
Oh my god, we talked about it at length.
They are
What up?
sexual.
So we're pushing for Matt here. We're thinking it's probably gonna be Matt.
Oh,
Snake
fuck.
biting the apple is
Yeah.
the one that he was known for, I think.
There's one that's like lizard in the thorn bush. I think there's one that's fan parting the lily or something.
That's
Yeah.
when the woman has
Lizard
really
waiting in
dense
the
pubes.
rushes.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
Robert.
There's a lot of
And then we actually posted our first quarterfinal, not a final today, which was Eludra versus Rourke versus Morghese.
Which
I
I
mean,
thought
Rourke's super hot.
Rourke's super hot.
works super hot.
He's 6'6".
Super hot, that guy.
He lives in the desert.
He's cut
He's
from
He's
like
core full of muscle.
Yeah.
He's a good
You're speaking
looking
my
man.
language.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Morghese is hot too. And
very-
Eludra is hot too. But Eludra has some, as we know from the mat round, some massive
Mhm.
stands.
Huge fans
Yeah.
for Eludra.
I mean, I would put Morghese in third for me.
I
Yeah.
think Morghese loses there. Yeah, I think there's some interesting things that that Morghese loses for. Although there
Mainly
are some
because I
people-
hate her.
There are some people. Oh, you don't need to. but
You
there's
hate
some
her.
people-
Do you hate her
Yeah.
because of something she does or because she just mothers Elaine?
We
I
hate that
wish
entire
that-
family.
That would be better.
I hate that entire family. I
Well,
do,
consider that Gawain came from her.
Yeah.
yeah. I hate Gawain
You're right.
and Elaine and Morghese pretty equally. Elaine takes first prize for hatred, like 100%, but they're pretty close behind.
I hate Gawain more than Elaine. I will tell you this, and I'm not happy to say it because I actually find this one to be kind of disturbing. There are some people with a very, very specific, not good fetish that would probably choose Morghese.
Mm.
Sure.
Hmm.
Well,
I don't
it's
even know what that means.
this one is still in progress. So if you are watching now and you haven't voted yet, go check it out. Rourke's in the lead right now, but it's close.
It's
All-
very
all of
close.
I
our-
gotta go vote.
All of our
go
non-finals
vote
are going
right
to be pretty close, I think. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, it's the non-finals are gonna be tough. Tell
Gonna be
them
hard.
who's up against too.
So let me talk a little bit about of the
Ooh.
folks we discussed today. Our breakdown as the white
Why
screen
can't we talk about
washes
the
in
whole
on us.
non-finals?
We can talk about all of it.
Yeah,
But that-
excuse me.
We can do that.
Fucking period.
So here we go. Number one, we have the trio of Fail versus Birgitte versus Moiraine.
That's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
And no matter what, Fael fucking loses. That's good enough.
I think
Fi-
that's probably.
I pick Fael to win.
Really?
Really?
This is fascinating.
Who-
Okay.
So we
I'd
say
go
it's easy.
Birgitte, Fael, Moraine on that one.
I go Birgitte, Moraine, Fael. Fael can just fuck off.
I just can't see Moraine as attractive. She's like my.
She's your
like a
mom.
to
Yeah,
me.
she's your mom.
I can't do it.
It's 11
It has nothing to do with how
It's
hot I think she is.
That's why Allie
So-
can't vote for Rand. Sorry.
I
go
can't
ahead, Sam.
vote for Rand or Matt because I consider them like little brothers, and it's like,
That's okay. You get the
Fair
wrong
enough.
side. That's all right.
and I think you know what that says only good things about me that I can't vote for people I view as little brothers.
Yeah, well,
I think that says only good things about
agreed.
me.
It's a good call on your part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tom.
I
can't
see
stop
Rand as a
voting
little
for
brother,
him.
so he's definitely the hottest.
The one thing we've established, one thing we've established is nobody wants to fuck their mom or their little brothers.
That's
So,
good.
And
You
you
know
know
what?
what?
That's
I think
productive
so far.
conversation.
I think
Yeah.
that's good.
It's a
I think
productive
that only
conversation.
that's
These are
only
these
indicating
are
good things.
grounds to stand on
Yeah.
for the
He'd ask
proceedings.
Joe.
forward.
Joe's dad stands on older brothers, though.
Well, I definitely went
true.
to like a lunch one time with this girl who's like, "Am I the only one who finds like incest really hot?" And I was like, "Yes, I hope."
really
Kinks are
threw me
kinks.
off.
Yeah.
What,
That was
So-
a conversation I had with somebody, and I was like, I
Am I the only
don't.
one that finds your own siblings like super sexually attractive?
I
Yes, you are.
I was like, yeah.
You're the
I mean,
minority.
of the two of us, yes, but I mean, hopefully
Wait.
forever.
It was just the two of you.
She
That's
just brought
awkward.
that up.
If it was
It's
like,
just
a-
like-
Who
like a-
says am I the only one when it's a group of two?
Did she mean globally?
I don't know,
Am
and
I the only
I
one between these two human beings. that
I didn't
find
press
my
the
own brother
conversation
attractive?
by a lot.
Was
I was like,
Oh, I would have
mm.
asked 1,000 questions.
I asked none.
You're not supposed to ask questions of your older sister, all right? Just leave it alone.
Chat is pretty firmly in the camp that Moiraine should take this one. So
Yeah.
Just-
chat does not view Moiraine as their mom, I guess.
Neither do I.
You know what? That's fair. That's fine.
I-
I maybe I read the series at a different age.
I feel like Moiraine will win this, but I feel like Birgitte should.
Yeah,
Moraine's gonna
I
win
feel
your
like
whole
that's pretty
poll.
accurate.
She might win the whole poll.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet money.
I don't know. I don't know if Moraine
I
would
think
be
it's
like
gonna
barely
depend on.
together.
I think it's gonna depend on like our timing, right?
It depends on seeding.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
looking at this. Go ahead.
Like Allie is at a point in book 5 where like some of these characters still have time to blossom, right? So, like based on where you are, if we're calling it where you are, there's certain people I would put in perspective, and then if we go with later on, obviously, I would change some of my votes because just so you know, Birgitte, she turns also into a child lover when Guidal Kane is back. And that's a weird fetish that just doesn't really.
And it's an ugly baby. It's very
It's
weird.
an ugly baby. It's an
Yeah.
ugly baby, and
A
He
face
does
only
have two
Brigitte could
swords,
love.
which is crazy because they were like, "Why does the baby?"
He's a
have
baby, he
knives?"
just
And
pulls
they're
them
like,
out.
They're letting the baby run. It's
There is a
But it's very
3-chapter
hot
conversation about
in her
trying to have
defense.
sex with a baby, and it's disturbing.
yeah.
Jono,
I
I
tell you
need
what,
to.
you didn't even give it time to.
That's
be
the
flirtable.
slog.
That's the
Yeah.
whole. It's actually yeah. That's Path of Daggers, is because it's like, how are we gonna navigate this?
Oh my
Right.
god.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
gonna go out on a limb and say I think
think
y'all
this
are
one's a fake
fucking with
spoiler?
me, but you know
What?
what? You know what? I thought there was one point where sometimes Gus will like do like fake prediction, like fake like spoilers, and at one point he goes, "Oh, you know, Elaine and Nynaeve joined the circus," and I was like, "Oh, you're fucking with me at this point." Like I like roasted him. I was like, "I can't believe you think I would fall for that one." And then like last chapter, they were like, "Better join the circus," and I laughed so hard I was
And
crying
you're like, "God damn it, Gus."
because I was like, "Get the
You're
fuck
son
out
of
of
a
here!"
bitch, Gus.
Like I was like we were running, and he was like, "Yeah, they joined the circus." I was like, "Yeah, you're fucking with me,
That's
like
not
absolutely
true.
fucking with me.
That's
Don't even come
impossible."
here with this bullshit."
Yeah.
If you reread the books and you're chugging along, like, man, these are awesome, and then that happens every time, you're just like, ah, fuck the circus.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the circus.
Circus.
It's divisive.
I think it's kind of
But
funny.
Allie likes it so
Val
far
and Luca, the best character. How come he
Oh
didn't?
God.
Did we get to Val and Luca?
because when we started
He has a
this,
well-turned
Allie
head.
hadn't met him yet. He would be in here.
Oh, I hate
otherwise.
this guy. Yeah, no, he's the worst. Okay,
Allie,
so
can I ask you a question?
yeah,
Why did you ruin?
why did I what?
Why did you ruin this?
Why did I ruin
Ruin
what?
this by not letting Val and Luca.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because
I-
he
the
would just
whole-
win.
Because
It's
he would
not fun
win.
if he just comes
Yeah.
It's
in,
not fun.
flaps his cloak around, and wins. Come on.
That's it. He was the worst character.
All right, let's talk about the next
So
one.
our next
Oh, Jesus
our next
Christ.
bracket, this one, I think this might be close, but maybe that's just me. Close between at least two of them.
Two of them.
Is Guidal Kane, Barrelane, and Lyanna. So obviously, I think Barrelane or Guidal Kane and Lyanna will split the votes, and Barrelane will just be fucked.
Mhm.
Clearly.
The joke doesn't work when I
100%.
fuck it up as I start delivering.
100%. 100%. They'll split the votes.
Who are we thinking here, though? Because I feel like
Barrelane.
Barrelane should win it,
Clear.
but Lyanna could pose a challenge, is what I think. I think
Lyanna will put up a really good fight.
yeah.
Because I
I
think,
think I think it might be close.
they're both
So
very
Guidal Kane's out.
attractive.
Guidal
I
Kane's
feel like
fucked.
people are forgetting the point is this is the hottest. Like this is what is it? Munch Madness? Like who's
It's Merkin Madness.
Merkin Madness? Well, in Merkin Madness, I'll tell you, those are two characters that definitely would have I feel like, I'll tell you what, if anything, with the feminine wiles, I bet that Lyanna's kind of got that kind of like a good old feminine musk going on, and that Berylane is probably just like too clean, probably powdered. Like there's no like vaginal smell, but Lyanna's really got that musk going on. So if Merc and Madness is where we're going, Tom, I think that that's my bet.
Good take, Jono.
You can barely finish.
Not heard that before.
So send your hate mail to twotcast@gmail.com.
But
Yeah,
just
sure.
Send your thoughts
Please
to
do.
twotcast@gmail.com.
High level commentary here on the Wheel Takes
man.
YouTube channel.
Goddamn.
These are these things we have to. You know what? I've said it before. I'll say it again. There's no
These are
wrong
the
way to vote.
Nuggets of wisdom that Jono's been putting out on our podcast for 10 fucking years.
There's
guys.
no wrong way to vote on the GRINWELL Cup. You could try, but good luck. finding
Your
the wrong way.
reasons
There was-
are your
the one-
reasons.
The one wrong way to vote on the GRINWELL Cup was to not vote for Elsie Grinwell's name
true.
after her.
Correct.
That's true. Elsie Grinwell lost. Well, to be fair, she was up against Gallad. So.
Fair.
And I stand by Elsie should have won that easily.
Well, she
Galad's
made
a narc,
Elsie is in losers
white
bracket.
cloak, shithead. Elsie has never narked. She's never been a white cloak. She's never been a shithead.
That's true.
Period.
I agree
Done.
on all those counts. Yeah.
Okay, where was I? So we think Berylaine's
don't
gonna run
know.
away with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think she's going to run away with it because I think people are going to.
I think that would be an interesting
for
one.
Lyanna.
I could see it. Allie knows that Berylane is a somewhat controversial character, so I
I
could see
do?
that controversy coming into it. Yeah, I've told you that before.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
already know that. You already
you
feel,
told me that,
already
like,
have complicated
Pretty
feelings.
much every woman is a
Every single
controversial
woman in the series is a
character.
controversial character, except for every
Min?
single woman. No, Min's a
Except for Elsie
controversial character
Grinwell.
too, except for Elsie Grinwell. That's true.
And I'm saying she should have won the whole thing.
I agree. I agree with you.
All right, we've got Grendel going up against Bain and Chiad going up against Egwene.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in a fist fight, as we know from the Royal Rumble, I think
Bain and Chiad
I think
did.
Bain and Chiad actually threw Grendel out of the ring. I seem to remember
I
that
think
happening.
they did. I think they did.
That seals it for
I
me.
don't remember, honestly.
Ultimate rivalry
I think they
match.
did.
But
Listen, we were inebriated.
it was great.
I think Grendel is going to win that out
You
over
think
Bain
so?
and Chiad, but I don't think Egwene has a chance.
I don't think she should, but I think she will. I think Bain and Chiad should win that, but I don't think. they
Yeah,
will.
I
I-
agree, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Like it
I-
seems like she'll win.
Yeah.
She does wear see-through clothing. She does have sexy slaves everywhere.
That's true.
I mean,
She does like to
realistically,
mind fuck you though, so like maybe that's a downside.
Wait out.
I don't know. Threesomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grendel
Or
comes
rest.
with like
It's
8
like-
different options.
Do you want someone who could beat the shit out of you? Or do you want someone who could beat the shit out of you twice? Or do you want somebody who could compulse the shit out of you? Like, these are the questions.
Pass.
On all three?
Pass on the whole thing.
That seems
If
fair.
those are the
But yeah.
options.
Yeah, I think it's more than likely that Grendel will run away with this. I'd rather she
I
not.
think Grendel's gonna win that.
All right, you want to popcorn through the other ones real
Probably.
quick?
Yeah.
Great. We've got Land versus Amis versus Avienda.
Wait, how did Lan end up here?
Because Lan
Land is hot.
beat
What?
Land
There's
beat.
other rounds, Jono. Before
There were
There were
other
other rounds.
There were
It's
uh,
March Madness. This
We're
is
in the
only
losers
1
bracket,
week.
right?
no.
We're looking at
no.
we're looking at future rounds.
This is quarterfinals.
Okay. I was gonna say Lan needs to. I thought we were in the
We're
losers.
discussing
No,
future
no,
rounds
no,
that other
no.
people are about to vote on.
Yeah, these are going to be voted on in the coming weeks.
Oh, then yeah. Fuck
So
Lan.
Lan, Amis, and
Avi.
Avienda.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm taking Avienda.
Avienda.
Love
I
her.
don't know. Lan's pretty hot. He's basically fucking Batman.
He
I
is
mean,
fantasy Batman, kind of, except without
he's
the
basically
technology
Batman.
or wealth.
How did
I'm torn.
well, you know who else?
Lan's
Doesn't he
like
have
an
wealth?
Yeah.
How did
Easter
they
Island
get a
statue with a body.
That's true. Overlapping
What are you
plates of
talking
stone.
about? All of the women talk about how hot Lan is all the time.
Yeah. I
They call
mean,
him stone face because he doesn't show emotion, not because he's literally like.
Nah,
a
there's
Easter
plenty.
Island
There's
statue.
there's plenty in the beginning where the girls are just like, I mean, Nave likes him, but I don't get it.
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
also
That's
so.
true.
Correct.
But he's also so
But-
chiseled. He's a chiseled.
It's
Yeah,
just
That's
he's
what
chiseled.
Stoneface
He's
means
chiseled. He's
to
fucking
me.
Batman. He doesn't
Later
have the
on,
technology to show muscle.
Like an Easter
It's
Island
just
statue.
it's
Those
his
were also
actual
chiseled.
chest.
Thanks, Tom.
so we're saying Amis has no chance then.
Why the fuck is like
I don't know.
Amis-
He's pretty good looking, isn't he?
Well, let's go back. Bear has the
bad.
dream thing. Does Amis not have the dream thing?
Yeah, she's got the dream thing. I mean, she's pretty good looking, isn't
it's-
she? I don't remember.
She does. She's a dreamer.
Channeler?
She's the one
Well,
who-
so she and Rourke had a steamy stare down like early on.
Stare down.
Yeah.
Because that's PDA
It
in
was
the
steamy.
waist.
And
In the waist.
Is
and if
locking
she
eyes
and if
going
Rourke's
well.
hot, Amis is probably hot too.
No, Amis is hot. They say that she's attractive and like she's pretty much what I said I used to look like before they started use. Oh, never mind.
Yep.
She's
Good
yeah,
catch.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good catch. By the way, is what they call me at night.
No, it's not.
It's true. So I mean, yes, Amis is attractive, and now that now that I've refreshed my memory on the fact that she's a dreamer as well. Although she's never had as many husbands, maybe she's not that like. While she's got the opportunity, she's not like flexing that strength to really kind of just go into the dreams and really like work on Ruark's dick.
Well, she's involved in a lot of
I
group
think it's
sex
gonna. I think
herself.
it's gonna be Land. It's gonna be Land, Avienda, Amy's.
I mean,
Think
that's
so?
the truth. But what should?
Yeah, that's my prediction.
I could see Avi pulling ahead a little bit.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I could see that too, but it's gonna be tight between the two of them. But
Yeah.
I think Amis is the obvious third.
that'll be a
Oh,
good
it's gonna be
fight to watch.
tight between the two of them. Then I'll vote for that.
Yeah, I think so
You know
too.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
I think it
makes
depends
sense.
whose stands show
makes
up
sense.
more that day.
Mhm.
All right, here we've got Nynaeve versus Loghain versus Tom.
Tom Maryland or Tom O'Hara?
Tom
Maryland.
Maryland.
I mean, I know who's gonna win and who my pick is.
Are they the
It's
same
Nynaeve.
person? It's Nynaeve.
Yeah, it's not even.
Yeah.
You think so? Really? You think Nynaeve's gonna win?
Can I see it
No,
again?
he's got
There's a
that
lot
braid
of
for
good
tugging.
people, like that pulling.
no-brainer.
Yeah.
See,
She
I
wins polls like Moraine wins polls.
that's true, but Loghain. Have you seen Elvira Morte?
And I'm
He
not
is-
talking about internet polls. Oh wait.
Nini's got that braid for tugging. She likes angry sex.
Yeah. She definitely-
Loghain's got his
up
fans though. I mean, the
I
Loghain
think-
fans
yeah,
are
I don't disagree. I just
Intense.
think Nini will pull ahead.
that'll be
I mean,
interesting.
Jono, this is right up your alley with the hand job thing.
Yeah. Well, first off, that's
Tugging.
a disgusting, crass generalization. I don't appreciate it. So it's Loghain, Nynaeve, and who's the third option? Tom Maryland.
Tom Maryland.
So
Oh yeah, this is kind of a hard round.
it's a like. So we got old man sex. Like whoever's got that fetish is in. Mustaches, which by the way, obviously, plenty of like weird jokes to make there, but I will deem to not do it for now. Honestly, I think that Nynaeve's going to win and Loghain's going to win, and poor Tom Maryland, who's one of the best characters in the entire series until he dies in book 5 later on. Headphones, sorry. That's unfair for Tom Maryland. Like Tom Maryland is definitely just one of the most just delightful characters in the entire series. Again, till book 5.
Also, again, very seasoned lover. I assume.
That's a great point.
I mean, he attracts a lot of like very young women into his
Sphere of
I mean,
influence.
come on.
sphere of influence.
Yeah.
Sphere of
Yeah.
influence.
Sphere is it? What do you think this looks like? Just real quickly. Discuss,
That's what they call his bedroom, Tom.
Tom's sphere of influence.
I'm concerned that Gus's dick is just a round ball.
Either that or a three-dimensional graph of where he can shoot his load is just the sphere of influence.
Yeah.
Stand behind it. Fine.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. This is hard, but I think Nynaeve's going to win just because Nynaeve and Tom
Because the
Cruise is
internet
gonna
and
win.
it's Nynaeve.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know. So really, it's what between the two others? What's the second place? Because we all assume Nynaeve's.
That's true. Second place. I feel like Loghain wins second here.
Yeah, Loghain's like,
Yeah.
and also not that it matters that much, but I think clearly they're trying to ramp up Loghain's importance in the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
So people who are fringe like fans of Wheel of Time that are going to come out here, they're going to be voting for Loghain, right? I mean,
Mhm.
like he's kind of, it seems like he's got an outsized role for the first couple of books, just being a
Mhm.
pretty well-named character. So let's go with Loghain, which is unfair for beloved Tom Maryland, but that's okay.
It's a shame.
That'll be
It's-
close.
Although he does know his way around that old pussy. Isn't that right, Morgan?
You were so serious for so long.
It's all
God
about
damn
the
it.
timing. All right, we've got Rand versus Min versus
Jesus.
Dane Bornhold.
Fucking damn.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Dane Bornhold wins, I'm gonna write a think piece. I'm gonna be so fucking
He
pissed.
won't. Don't worry, he won't.
I
I
am
will.
making 8,000 fake accounts, and Bain Bornhold is winning.
I swear to God, Jono, I will find you.
I can
No,
give you his address.
no, one
Wait,
could
Rand and Min
possibly
are in the
find.
same heat right now.
Mhm.
Rand and Min, huh?
Man.
It's gonna be tough. Min.
Min.
You think Min?
I think Loghain's gonna win the last one, since no one asked me for my opinion. Loghain's gonna win the last one, and Min's gonna win this one.
What do you think, Jono?
Oh, fuck me. Well, I think we're going to go real bold statement. I think Dane, somehow, unfortunately, it's probably not going to make it. I mean, Min to me is like my favorite female character. She's definitely my favorite, like of like the kind of like sexualized fucking characters. Besides, of course, Tom Maryland. I think we mentioned that earlier. But I mean, I think that everyone loves Rand. Is there a split opinion on Rand? Because I know that there is a split opinion on Min sometimes.
There's
So-
definitely a split opinion
Yeah.
on Rand.
There's somewhat split opinions on Rand, I think.
Somewhat.
It depends
I
on
think it's
where
less-
you
I
are
think
and who
Min's
you
more
ask.
divisive if you like.
Whenever I say a bad thing about Rand, there's always someone who's like, "How fucking dare you?" And I'm always like, "I'm on book 5."
I feel like if you're saying a bad thing about Rand and someone challenges you on that, there's not really a split opinion.
Well, okay, no, but then there's always people who are also like, "Yes, fuck Rand," and then
Okay,
there's like
that
always
helps
a
with the
fight,
opinion.
and then I'm always like, "I don't know what I'm missing."
Never imagine
know,
reading
I've
a
started-
book and not
No,
liking
fuck
Rand.
it. Let me go with Min wins. Min wins.
Min wins.
Yeah,
And
Min
then
wins.
I think Min probably wins
Min.
this.
Yeah.
I feel like Min's like such a cool girl that everybody will vote for
And
her.
Dane's just gonna die immediately
Woman
How did Dane end up there?
because he was up against Agenor and
Bowl?
Balthamel
and
Pat
Pat
and Fane.
Fade, so everyone voted for.
Incredibly attractive.
Well, I mean, that's
Oh
easy.
wait, Pat and Fane
Well,
the cutter.
I don't know.
That's super
Balthamel
hot.
has those weird masks. People could be into that.
I guess Jane Bornhold's someone you'd be into if you really like someone with a lot of issues, which is definitely true of a lot of people that I know. Like they can't seem to stop dating people
Why'd
with
you stare
like
at Gus again?
80 issues.
Racist fraternity brothers.
I said what I
With fake
said.
tattoos who are good with spears.
You know, Balthamel might have done better if Agenor wasn't there with him.
He probably would have. Agenor's rotting and all that.
He took
Yeah.
away the rotting covered vote, which is a decent demographic, but doesn't split in two very well.
We've got Lanfear versus Egwene versus Suroth.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I'm not even gonna answer.
Obviously, Sirrah.
Because it's
Suroth.
Surah.
You know, it's funny because like for some reason the name didn't really like hit, and I was like Lanfear versus Egwene versus. Oh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Lanfear.
Lanfear probably wins.
Yeah.
Again, this is hottest character, not most annoying fucking side character. Which Sirrah, unfortunately, would have won.
Suroth would have won that.
Yeah. Shit.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sirrah just easily takes the bottom. Egwene, you know,
Yes,
like
she does.
Egwene has her
Fantastic.
fans. I
Yeah.
like Egwene sometimes.
Depends on the
I like
chapter.
Egwene.
Depends on
Only
the
gets
day.
better from here.
You're not getting a good hand
But
job
she's
with
not
those
beating
10-mile
Lanfear.
long blue fingernails. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, thank you. The hand job question is always just like jerking you off from like
just the nails. How does that
yeah,
work?
I mean, like, what does that even look like to
Even if-
grip? Like, you've
Even
got
if
to, like,
even if she could manage, it would be so clicky. It sound like like
Well-
you're getting jerked off by a roach.
Are you an ASMR person? Because if so,
Yeah, if you like ASMR, then,
Then you're set.
she's the perfect
You're happy,
woman
you're
for
good.
Maybe the clicking sound does it for you, Tom.
I think that Lanfear it's not even gonna. There's not gonna. It's not
I'm
gonna.
happy at Roach. I go Sirroth now. Yeah.
And then our last one is Perrin versus Uno versus Galad.
Oh, no.
Ew.
Uno
If
won
you
his
like a fucking narc, then
Uno-
you go ahead and vote for Galad.
Uno won his
If
heat.
you want an extra hole, go ahead and vote for Uno.
Yep.
God damn.
Ah.
Okay.
Tom
just saying.
repainted his eye patch as just a big old cum hole, and then put that eye patch down.
He just flips up the red angry eyeball and goes to town.
That's my vote.
Okay. There are no wrong votes in the group.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, as we discussed earlier, parents have dog man. So I mean, like, is he really that attractive? I mean,
Well,
do you
your
want a red
Bailey is.
lipstick dick?
Red penis, red hole. Like Perrin goes with Uno.
Barrelane's into him.
Yeah.
That's something. Unless it's just a point she gets to prove.
It's a means to an end.
I'm still delighted with Tom.
He's a strong. He's a. Me too. I can't go. I'm trying to do it. I can't do it. Still an eye patch fucking.
All right, we're all
Trying
right.
to move forward.
We can do it. Well, Galad, there's a guy who exists.
Oh fuck.
There's
that
a man
guy.
who is a person.
Fuck
He's
that
the hottest
guy.
guy in the Wheel of Time. He's the
He's-
hottest
I mean,
guy in the Wheel of Time.
Canonically,
Besides me.
yes.
Theoretically, he's
Yeah.
the hottest guy in the wheel of time.
I keep
But I mean, I'm going back with what I've said this entire time. It's just pure hotness doesn't matter. You need other things.
There are other check
He's the
boxes to
fucking
check.
worst after Gawain and Elaine and Morgan.
Can I quote something that Joe? Rob Thomas said, "Man, it's a hot room."
Oh my god.
There you go. So Galad wins. I know you love Rob Thomas.
I mean, I think Galad will win, but
I think Galad.
based on my logic, I think Uno should win.
I think
can't fight.
likely the final three will be Lanfear, Berlin, and
Galad.
Galad.
That's
Yeah.
Alex' pick for the final.
That's my assumption.
I think everyone's collective hatred of Galad, which, by the way, only gets better. I promise you. Keep reading. You've got only 9 more books. Everyone likes Galad by the end of it, minus what we're talking about here. He probably won't make it though because he's fucking garbage.
If that happens, you'll be the first poll that never had like the final 3 be Moraine and Nave and Matt.
That's true. It
That's
is always
true,
that.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Matt lost his
That'd be
prelim.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's out?
He's at. I
Matt's
mean,
out.
he's in losers bracket right now, but
No, we'll see.
Yeah,
see
the
if he makes it
Eludra
back.
stands showed up.
You'd have to be super lucky to get
That's
come back and
mind
win
blowing,
the.
by the way.
I thought so too. We literally thought it was a Matt gimme because we were having Danny on who loves him more than anything. And I was like, we were watching it happen in real time and we were like, oh my God. Oh no,
This
no,
is
no.
crazy.
And then Danny came out and was like, who didn't vote for Matt?
I'm fascinated by the Eludra fans because, as you can probably surmise, they're already linked to Matt because of shit that already happened.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Right.
yeah,
they
Matt
seem
saved
to
her in
be
a barn.
pretty, like, hand in hand, or dick in hand, or whatever you call it. Like, they
Yeah,
seem
I mean,
to-
Or penis and vagina.
I think the
Bone
two
head
of
for bone
them
is what we call it.
I think the two of them get together in some capacity in the future, but they've already like been
Like,
together for a
sexually
minute.
or
I mean, like maybe.
I don't know.
There's like 9 books left. You're telling me that Melindra's the only one Matt fucks around with?
I'm
Matt's
really
already
proud of
cuddling
all
and
of our
kissing
responses.
everyone in the
You're
corners.
doing a very good job.
Thank you.
I appreciate
I think we are.
Stone
Every
Cold
time she
face.
speculates and I look at Tom and Jono and they're like,
Jana's absolute shotgun spread of maybe this shit happens. Is
Maureen dies in book 5.
wonderful.
Actually, I think that's possible.
You think
I
Maureen
that's-
dies in book 5?
I think she dies tomorrow. Like, okay, she's got to die at a
How about
climactic
you
point.
read first off?
You keep saying tomorrow, but if you think it's book 5, I mean, you just make it happen tomorrow. Just read the whole book.
It's true.
Yeah,
You could
yeah, you can just read the whole book. Yeah.
Get to book 6.
ruin
No,
the
Gus
integrity of
doesn't
the
let me
podcast.
read too far ahead because then it interferes with my predictions. So, like, I'm not allowed to read anymore until we catch
How
up.
controlling he seems, and some of your votes seem like they're kind of into like weirder like aspects of sexuality.
What's
'Cause
up,
it
Dad?
seems- I like the peek behind.
You guys want to pop by?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Ooh, yes.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna have pop pies.
I'll
in
take
there.
one of those.
John,
Actually,
Johnny
one
will
of-
send it
Put
to
2
you.
more on.
I actually
Yeah.
want a pop-up.
Tom and
Very
I
good.
did great
Very good.
That's my dad.
Pop pie, please.
We
He's
figured
adorable.
that out.
Yeah. He's kind of like if like Santa Claus and Wolverine like morphed into a person.
Tell me about his exoskeleton. Arthritic or really strong?
Um,
Combination of the two.
arthritic
An
and then
endoskeleton.
replaced by like
Yeah,
titanium.
right. Exo is on the outside, Donna.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of Wolverine.
You got that
I'll
wrong.
take it. I like it. Well,
Intro.
that's
Then we
what
get so nerdy right at the end.
it's as we
God
should.
damn it.
That's what we
Well,
have
he brought
coming
up
up.
comic books.
And losers bracket is probably too much to get into right now, but
Probably.
Like done
but
2
that's coming up too. So yeah, that's
I'm
what we
excited
have.
for all of it. The GRINWELL Cup was exciting, guys, and awesome. And thank you for having
Thank
us on.
you.
thank you for coming.
so much for having it.
Can
for
you tell
coming.
everyone, anyone who doesn't know who you are, of the folks who are with us, can you tell them how to keep in touch with you? How to follow you?
Listen
at
to our
tWoTcast on
podcast.
Twitter.
Yeah, tWoTcast on Twitter is probably the easiest way to talk to us.
Wait for us to talk over each other, and then we'll
Yeah.
spill all
We're good at that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
You
are
can
really
find
good
our
at this.
podcasts wherever
Nope,
you
we're not.
listen to podcasts.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Well, thank you
Called
again.
Thank you.
Podcast.
Thank
It's
you all so
called
much.
tWoTcast.
This is so much fun.
Yeah, thank you again for joining us. Again, we're Wheel Takes. You can follow the GRINWELL Cup on Twitter, and you can follow our podcast anywhere you can follow their podcast. And other than that, the upcoming live streams are going to be moved to a different day because we learned recently that Thursday conflicts with with. Hey, Kevin.
Can I have
What's
the
up?
tag?
Did somebody eat one of the Popeyes today?
I
No.
had one. Yeah, I had one for lunch.
Well, in that case, you can figure out what you want for dinner.
So, we're going to be moving the upcoming live streams to a different day from Thursday, so we do not overlap with Leafcast. That was my bad in scheduling.
It's the best idea ever.
Thank you all very much for joining us. We were Wheel Takes, and this
Thank you.
was tWoTcast. Thanks,
Thank you so
everybody.
much. Bye.
I'm
Thank
not
you,
going to eat
Kevin.
pot
Thanks,
pie for
guys.
dinner. I'll eat something else.
Bye.
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 Your fault. He told you to fuck off.